When you chat first, so okay.
Yo, what's up guys? How's it going? Dominator Maintenance Bots. Conan, Touch My Ward. Who else is here tonight? Kenny D. What's up? Dad21. Nupples. Esports Tilt. GG Miggy. Scrolling my way up the chat quickly. Cronus XVI a little bit earlier. Slayer. Miggy again. Rascals. Mad Goofball. Dominator. Myself with 3 eyes apparently. Why is there a sheepy account with 3 eyes and an underscore? What's going on? Freaking Smurfs. But welcome guys. Fortunately tonight's game was delayed a little bit due to the fact that one of the teams disbanded as far as I know. So we had to jump into the cast that helped us 8 instead. A little bit of an unfortunate situation, but it is what it is, it happens. Finally managed to change my name from By the Lantern. Feels a tech man to Touch My Ward. Touch My Ward, dude, thanks for letting me know. Because guys, if you do change your account name, I have to update you on the database or you lose your hours and whatnot. And all that hard work goes to waste. It's not what we want.
Nice capitalization on your name there, my dude.
What, did he just go for the straight up, like, all lowercase, no stress?
Yeah, all lowercase.
We don't judge, we don't judge. But, Sinister, welcome. How's it going?
Good in you, my dude.
No complaints. But guys, the game should be starting in like the next 10 to 15 minutes. Well, these things always start late, just sort of like part of the SA like VS gaming scene. But guys, if you're just joining us tonight, welcome. This is currently a VS Gaming Cup match. I believe it's between Touch My Ward. No, sorry, a lie. That's a person in chat. It's between INT Trolls and Toliboys. Unfortunately, the RTZ TCR game was cancelled, like mentioned before. Lowercase for us, but lowercase plebs is Touch My Ward. What? Sinister? What is a lowercase pleb?
Lowercase pleb, that's him. That's him.
Okay, fine. But guys, if you don't know, there is actually a tournament happening tomorrow morning, 9 AM. You guys can still sign up if you have a team. $300 total prize pool. Anybody is welcome. Just make sure to sign up if you guys want to find out more about that. Exclamation mark tilt in chat. I'll bring up a link and whatnot.
Holy,
But,
the way you're wearing your headset tonight, I thought you were wearing a fedora.
It does not fit onto the cap very well.
Is that comfortable? I've never seen anyone wear a headset like that before.
Is that better? Just adjusted. Are you happy?
No, I don't care how you wear it. I'm just asking, is it comfortable? Like, it's a genuine question.
No complaints on my side. But Sinister team, do you know either of these two teams? Oh, there's the lobby invite. I like it.
Of the new teams, Toliboys,
Yeah.
I have faced them a few times in First Division.
And Troll
it
Committee?
seems like they are very good, considering they have been first, I think, in a First Division a few times. But it just seems like they're not good enough to be in Prem yet. They keep getting thrown out by the gatekeepers. So every time they try to go for the what do you call it, the playoff games,
Yeah.
they lose it. But I mean, they're trying the best, and it's good to see that someone is consistently hitting first in First Division. If they do improve, I think they can maybe try and get into the Prem Division. Maybe this next leg, maybe next time is the third time's the charm.
Any idea as to what in particular is holding them back? I mean, surely there's like something missing if they just can't get through that last little push.
To be honest, I think it's probably one of the SA's biggest issues, where they do really well in laning phase and then they can't close out the game, or it goes bad with macro late game. That's probably what I'm going to go for. I might be wrong. I haven't seen them play in a while, so maybe they have fixed a lot of that issue, so don't take my word on it. Let's just jump into the games later and see for ourselves. But we'll probably come back to this point if it's indeed still the issue. But I think that was the issue last time, what happened when I did see them play in playoffs.
Well, we're gonna find out tonight, I guess. I mean, maybe they've improved since last time we watched them, dude. I mean, or versed them, I guess. Just ignore the green screen quickly, just adjust the
Don't
settings.
mind me, they beat us fairly convincingly. We were not good enough to beat them. As far as I know, especially I think the jungler is going to have a great time if it's still Rifts is in the game tonight. I know Rifts is a big Jarvan player himself. He had a really good win rate in solo queue, and he's played it a few times in VS as well. So Big Jarvan being really good at the moment and being good for these early gank pressures on level 2. Since Scuttle was moved later, we will definitely maybe see him have a lot of pressure with the Jarvan tonight if the Jarvan is not banned.
Yeah, I agree. Jarvan seems to be good in the moment, or the current meta. We have seen him like quite a few times in like the international high elo like matches and whatnot. So you definitely can expect that Jarvan pickup. I agree. Seems like we're just waiting on 2 more players on the Toliboys. Or 1 player. There is Red Bull in the spectator scene. Sinister, did you get my invite, dude?
I'm already in the spectator, my buddy.
It doesn't show that on my side. It just shows Red Bull myself.
Hold on.
Wait, what? What is it going on? I don't see. How many players are in the spectator for you?
3.
Oh, there's 2 for my side. That's weird. Don't think level 2s are worth this Demon Crack. Okay, would you like to elaborate on that a little bit, dude? Maybe just going for that clear.
I mean, there is goods and bads about it. It seems like if you can pull it off really well. I mean, Lazy Lima has been a big fan of it, and it's been working really great with him, even against the high elo teams in Prem. So against Prem teams like a League of Legends team, I think he pulled off successfully level 2 on Taga. So I mean, it all depends how you pull it off and what champ you pick. If you don't have the champion to do level 2s, maybe like Elise can also. I know Demon Crag is a Elise player himself, so surely him being a Elise player, he can vouch for level 2s, because even when it wasn't meta, early ganks on Elise was really good.
Well, if people pick fast clearly jungles, if people pick fast clearing jungles, they'll get 2 camps up on you, then they'll do double scuttle.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the positives for the enemy team if you are early ganking. But I mean, it all depends on how well they do actually take advantage of it, and if they have the champions for it. This obviously should be something that you even consider in champ select, which not everyone will do. So you have to have a champion that can clear this fast, like you said. So definitely, if they choose a fast clearing champion, that could be something that they could look at punishing people that does pick something like Jarvan Elise and go for these early level 2. So Demon Crag having a really good point there. That being said, it has to be meditated.
Well, I'm just gonna quickly disable the event sounds, guys, seeing as we are going to cast. Does make it a little bit obnoxious. So if you guys don't hear your sounds, you haven't typed a message yet, then you know why. We'll re-enable them after we're done with the casting and whatnot. Unfortunately, a little bit too noisy, but Sinister, dude, I mean, like you said, you know one of these teams. Any expectations for the match in the terms of, like, do you think it's gonna be a quick one, too, for not potentially maybe quite a close 3-game series? It seems like the ranks are fairly close.
I definitely think this could be a fairly even matchup, but I have not seen INT Troll Committee in First Division, or I haven't played them yet. But what I could see from their games, they play a very good game. So I'm actually very excited to see how it's gonna go.
Okay. Tennille's, what's up? Welcome back. This should we tell a joke? Someone broke into my house last night and stole my limbo trophy. How low can you go? ... Yikes.
Yeah, Sheepy's been telling jokes on other Twitch channels the whole day, and when somebody asks in his own channel, he doesn't want to tell any.
Go and drop the dad joke as well. The word Q is ironic. It's just Q with a bunch of silent letters waiting in line. XD. But it looks like the players are filled up. We've got Guy on the toilet, like mentioned in chat. Conan's favorites. We've got Rifts, Red Bull, ITP, Zixi, not Zusty. Can make like a little bit confusing. The SDP 80 carry. Bazinga Killer versus Pandora 1 Snorer. Lord Troldemort, J-Lord, Touch My Water to Pops. These are some spicy names coming through.
I'm not gonna lie. Lord Troldemort is a really good one. I like that one. That's one for the books right there. If Lord Troldemort is in chat, or if any of their friends is in chat, tell him he deserves props for that name. I mean, I see some bad names whenever someone takes like a had your mom 69 or whatever, or Blazed 420XX.
Had your mom 69. What the
they're naughty names. It's all about the Lord Troldemorts.
Always, yeah, Sinister, you ready?
Sure, yeah. I'm always
cool.
ready.
Let's do it, dude. Santa cousin. Otherwise, guys, who just joining us now, currently gamed with one of the best of 3 VS Gaming Cup match. Leg 3, I believe. It's, the 2 teams tonight are the INT Troll Committee versus the Toliboys. So let's get a pull up in a second. Who do you guys think is going to take the win tonight? I believe, let me just quickly, it's the Toliboys on the left.
Ones I can definitely expect banned against the Toliboys can be things like Silas being really good, maybe like Jarvan. I know their mid laner likes fairly mechanical champions that has like assassin-like abilities like Zed Yasuo. So interesting to see if they are going to prioritize any of his picks, since he is one of the highest ranks in the team, and he does like having a lot of kill pressure in lane. So I wonder if they're going to let anything through.
So we got the Zoe as well as the Nasus ban so far. The Morgana is going to be taken away by the side of Toliboys. Some votes coming through in chat. Guys, if you already have the output of this game, if you think you know what's going on tonight, guys, drop a 1 in chat for Toliboys in blue, 2 in chat for ITC. Who's going to take game number 1? Let us know. But good to have you guys all once again. So that's that question for you, dude. What are your thoughts on X train station, the name?
It's not too bad. I can live with it.
Okay, so rating out of 10. How many points do you get for X train station out of 10, dude, in your opinion? Dominator dropping a 2. Whoever picks Tarek wins in my eyes is Darty, yikes. But the ban phase not finished.
I mean, you say that, but I do think Red Bull OTP, if I remember correctly, can play Tarek. I think he has played Tarek, or I've maybe heard of him playing. I might be wrong, but I know he's definitely a Thresh Leona player. Whether or not he might. Oh, and there we actually got the Java picked away on the side of INT Troll Committee ITC. So that's not going to be picked up for Toliboys. So that's
so
going
do
to
you,
be
do you feel like that's kind of our fault?
Might be, I guess. I mean, if teams do their research.
Oh, we're not even. They just open the stream.
Inside information. I just did my research, and you know,
yeah,
any team can access these resources.
True. Do you ever feel like as casters we kind of influence the game in a negative sense, seeing as we do talk about stuff during champs like that may like be used for like the team's advantage or disadvantage, such as like Jarvan or like Lazy Lima's tendency to do level 2 cheeses? You feel like
again, people can argue, yes, it is a problem, but that's never stopped casters in the competitive scene, like at least LCS or anything, to stop talking about it, because at the end of the day, if you do some digging and do some research on your own, if you watch streams, all of this information is there. You just need to grab it. And
I mean, to be fair,
they can't lazy or just sitting back and expecting to just play the games. Yes, we are helping them, unfortunately. Otherwise than that, no, we're not helping them. The information is there. Anyone can get it.
Cronus, unfortunately, text speech has been disabled, seeing as we are to get cast, my dude. Hopefully you do understand. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of like in a pro scene for international waters, the players obviously can't hear the casters while it is champ select, etc. But looking at the pick and ban phase, we do have the first ban done.
That being said, though, if I have inside information or I ask the players, because sometimes I actually do ask for inside information from the players and, you know, trying to get something spicy, I will talk about it, but only after it's been played or when the time is right. I will never talk before it and actually leak it. So if there is any players out there, don't see this now as, oh, if Sinister ever asks me again for inside information, I'm definitely not going to tell him anything because he's a little snitch. I make sure anything that is private or should not be disclosed when the time is right, I only do it afterwards. Let's say it's an interview for some at the end of the game, I might bring it in, you know, something like that.
I gotcha. But looks like the first ban for the side of Toliboys for the second rotation of the ban phase will be that Jinx versus the Galio. Galio is super popular for the support lane. Sejuani, the final ban. I mean, dude, looking at the side of ITC, they have such like such a beefy, like sort of like, I guess, Conqueror to an extent kind of team comp. They've got the Alawi and the Jarvan, which are fairly
definitely
decent.
A massive front line. So I would like to see maybe something like very far range, high scaling, maybe like a Caitlyn or Tristana or something, you know, something that can, it's really hard to get to, but at the same time can sit back at the end and just fire away as much damage as you like, because that's a really hard front line to get past. And seeing as they do have a Zed, something like an Israel or Caitlyn might not be too bad this game. And by the way, the Zed pick, I called it, did say that it is a Bazinga killer does like something like Zeds and Yasuo's, and the Yasuo has been picked up for him.
Otherwise, just looking at the team comp for the side of Toliboys at the moment, they have that Kai'Sa pick, which is super like popular these days, pretty much prioritized when it comes to the ADCs, as well as the Urga, which is pretty decent. Was a lot better previous patches, but is still very much viable. versus the Nautilus on the ITC side, which is like the go-to support right now. It's sort of like Nautilus, Galio, maybe Braum, and Tom Kench is a counter matchup. And even after the nerfs, Zac gonna be the next lock-in, most likely in the jungle. So we're just waiting on that support pickup.
I do see your comment, Duarte. Thanks for the hello. The good old Sinister Sokis.
Sinister Sokis. Feels good, man. But Credit says unbound text to speech. Nice meme, bro. Nice meme. Unfortunately, only text to speech on.
Enjoying. Yes, I think. Oh, this is a really good comp. I'm already really liking ITC comps, but at the same time, I'm actually really also liking that they are taking the Zac. The Zac and the Zed is really nice picks to get past this massive front line that ITC provides. So if Zac can get really good jumps in and then deliver these backline carries to the people that is necessary, I really think that's really good pick. So really good picks from both teams. I think I like ITC's comp more, but I also like the fact that Toliboys has answers for the ITC comp.
I mean, they've got the Janna pick. It looks like she might just be taking the exhaust. It's kind of disappointing. Honestly, would have liked to have seen some sort of maybe like W Max Conqueror, not Conqueror, sorry, Comet Janna. Lots of poke, although it's not the easiest of matchups. I mean, Nautilus so easy to potentially just land that anchor or even just flash auto attack. Use the passive to your advantage and just absolutely destroy Janna. Seeing as she is pretty squishy, but is a very nice pickup into champions like Jarvan.
I think actually if she wanted a utility shield type support, I think actually Lulu could have been a bit better in this case, because if you do time your polymorphs on Lulu really well with the Nautilus, you can just, when he anchors, polymorphs him and you can walk away and you won't actually get anything out of that too much. Actually, if you wanted that type of support, I think Lulu could have been really good.
Unfortunately, we'll have that 3 minutes back delay, so we should get into the game in the next few minutes. If you guys haven't already, let us know what your thoughts are, chat. What is who's going to take the first match? Is it going to be blue side Toliboys? Jump a 1 in chat to support them, or 2 in chat to support the ITC through this first match of the night, guys. Best of 3, VS Gaming week number 3. Sinister dude drafts. Nautilus just noticing now. Also going for exhaust. But thoughts on the drafts?
I basically said what I want to say. I like ITC's draft more. I think they have a really good front line. They have super good wave clear, really good kill pressure as well with the Sivir and Lux. I think the wave clear on Sivir offers so much, even if she does get behind. And in this case, it has like, it just looks like they have a comp that they can do really well in lane with. They are safe enough to be good in lane. And then late game, they have the tools as well with this front line. So I think the exhaust is not too bad. The fact that they have the Zed and the Zac, if they do get past the front line and they have that exhaust, it will pretty much make the Zed's life much harder actually trying to delete this Lux or the Sivir. So I'm not too bothered by the exhaust pick in this specific game.
You gotta drop in a 1, otherwise, guys, do note that the only real AP source for the side of Toliboys is that Zac. Zac, unless he builds full AP, not potentially devastating when it comes to that AP, versus the Lux pickup for the mid lane for the side of ITC. So I feel like if Zed doesn't completely snowball this game, they're gonna have a definite issue towards the later scales. I mean, technically Kai'Sa kinda is hybrid to an extent where she does AP damage as well as AD, but I don't think it's gonna be enough, honestly. So in my opinion, I'd say ITC looking pretty good. But I don't know, fingers crossed to see how the Zed does in lane. Hashtag South African Zed players. GS just saying the new Zac build is an AP build. Okay, is it enough AP to replace, for example, having an AP mid laner though, in your opinion? Or does the Kai'Sa AP damage make up for it with the mix to the Zac? But guys, like I said, if you haven't already, make sure to jump the vote in chat. Seems like Silver Chat saying ITC, red side taking the win for the first match.
Quickly looking at builds, it's like Zac is being built and supports a fair amount. That's fairly odd to see.
Zac support has been around, not that popular, but has been around for the last while. Not gonna lie, I actually played around with it a bit back in the day. It's super fun, very obnoxious, very situational though. But I'd like to see a Zac support at some stage. I mean, maybe not in like a high intensity like scenario, maybe not this match in particular, but definitely seeing it at some point. GS just saying that. Go for it.
Yeah. I just wanted to point out as well that the Lux actually went for barrier instead of cleanse, so very confident in her front line and in her laning phase. It will definitely be good against the Zed's ultimate in lane. I just don't know how much that's going to help her late game. So definitely going to see if they're going to take advantage of her not having cleanse this game.
Otherwise, guys, if you were here for the match that we advertised or pushed a little bit earlier, unfortunately it was cancelled due to one of the teams actually disbanding. So we had to jump into the game now at 8:30 instead. So apologies if you were looking particularly for one of those two teams. It's one of those situations.
The Genix team were disbanded or TCR?
I don't know if I should divulge that, dude. I mean...
Okay, I guess I'll just get it to watch on the VS site then.
But it does happen. It's one of those situations. Sometimes players just don't make it through the whole leg. Maybe IRL stuff, who knows. But looking at the mastery points, I got a little bit low in my opinion. I'm not too sure how I feel about that. I mean, Urgot definitely a champion that needs practice. I mean, that American Sniper ultimate, especially after the buffs, or I wouldn't say buffs, rather like a shift of power to an extent on the ulti. That now longer range, but lower threshold, so it's a little bit more skill required. But other than that, everybody looks good. Jarvan very comfortable, Lowy very comfortable in his champion. Z2, Kaiser. But we got Galaxy Slayer Z. I like it. That's pretty pike. Not gonna lie.
Then okay, I know who it is now. I did not expect that.
Okay. Feels bad, man.
Yeah, I actually did really not expect that. I thought it was going to be the latter, to be honest.
Cronus, you gotta spell my name correctly if you want to try and steal, but that's rude.
Find you in the database.
We got Janikais in the bot lane versus that Silver Nautilus. Jarvan in the jungle versus the Zac. Top lane Urgot versus Ilawi, and in the mid we have Lux and Zed. I don't think that matchup particularly nice for this Lux. I mean, you can't necessarily play it correctly and just sort of go even to an extent, but without jungle pressure, I expect the Zed to potentially get some sort of lead there. Bury the choice of Keystone, also your choice of Summoner for Lux, as well as Comet for the Keystones. Would you have liked to see anything else, dude, in the mid lane from Lux in terms of Keystones? Or do you think that Comet's the go-to into this matchup?
Comet, I think Comet should be fine. Don't know if anything else would have been maybe better. I know summon areas maybe an option as a support, but unless you have, I think maybe with a Z you have a lot of trade potential with summon area. So I know when people play, I know when my mid laner plays Zillion mid, he prefers to take summon area actually to have super quick trades, even with Zillion's basic attacks, if it is a melee mid laner especially. But so in this case, actually against the Z, summon area wouldn't have been a bad choice.
Okay. I mean, personally, I know, for example, Twisted Fate into a Z matchup could go something what's it, Grasp? Or if that's the thing on Lux, is that viable? Can you go Resolve in primary on Lux? Is this something you could get away with? I mean, maybe an Aftershock, but I feel like that's not the greatest of ideas, seeing as it is a little bit harder to proc, especially if you miss the key, then you're kind of sitting on a useless keystone.
Well, Aftershock definitely is a thing, and I see people have been taking it in mid lane as well. So,
okay.
Against the Z could definitely be viable. So I've seen, if I quickly look around, Aftershock, Comet, and Summon Area has all been picked in mid lane for Lux. So all three of them definitely viable.
So then maybe an Aftershock could work this game, seeing as a fairly hard matchup. But looking at the two teams, unfortunately, we do have a little bit of a pause, but looks like the scoreboard should be correct in just a moment. That looks good. What's that, a Rage Bleed? I'm Rolling Stone. Welcome, guys. How's it going? Conan. If you guys haven't already figured out, we got Sinister Smiley on the co-cast tonight. It's been here many a night before, so you should recognize his voice by now, guys. Sinister in-game time?
18 seconds, 19.
20, 21,
21,
22.
20.
I'll pause for a second. 24. 20, paused.
Okay. Oh, there we go. We got both forgot to pause.
Otherwise, seems like I got a message from Israel again saying they're having issues logging into the esports site. That's a little bit of an issue.
And this is too lovely. This gives me a chance to finish my ice cream. My mother came in and brought me ice cream, and I was like,
good,
I'm sort of busy casting, so it's gonna melt. And now I'm actually pretty happy.
Milk feels good, man. What kind of ice cream? Hashtag Jetty.
Just plain chocolate.
Okay, it's like the worst kind of ice cream, basically. But
Wow, actually toxic. As report
What-
sheepy, please, for toxic streamer.
it wouldn't be a VS Gaming cast that I'd get on pause. It was bad, man. But
169 wants me to give a taste of Afrikaans casting.
hey, you're welcome, dude. I'll just suggest control the camera for a bit if you want to.
What about the rest of the 33 viewers?
Hey, don't call out the view count, dude. That's big then. That's breed. But guys, if you just joining us now, welcome. It's currently game number 1 of the best of 3. ITC in red versus INT in blue, I believe. I think that's their abbreviation. Or is it the clan or what is it?
The clan. I'm not too sure. I can quickly find out what the clan is. I am on the VS site.
No worries, just asking. I also Afrikaans is GSK97. Why do I feel like that's complete bull? Don't know if I believe him.
A lot of people in South Africa like to pretend they're Afrikaans because they had Afrikaans in school and had mediocre marks for it.
Yeah, yes, I'm one of those guys, dude. I passed Afrikaans, but it was close. It was close.
Yeah, I actually, dude, primary language, like first language Afrikaans is so hard actually. Like you guys don't know how easy you had it.
Yeah, I believe you.
Like, I know the most Afrikaans person in my class studied with our final exam. Just an update on that, Introl committee is actually not part of a clan, it's just a single team. So if anyone is interested in picking up a team, they are maybe they're looking for a clan.
Guys, if you haven't already, feel free to drop that vote in chat. Seems like chat favoring the red side for the first game, ITC. Maybe just crowd favorites, not too sure what. But J-Lock says, or asks rather, what happens if somebody doesn't connect and reconnect after a pause? Sinister, what is the rules with regards to pause times? Is it 15 minutes still?
I believe so, and also if the person doesn't disconnect, I think the game is still early enough to try and remake, but also if the person can't reconnect, you have to either 4v5, because you can't put in a new person, the game has already started, so you can't put a new person in this place.
Pull a Red Raven, Kappa. No logging out and logging someone else onto the card. But yeah, basically guys, I think the rule of thumb is that if you can remake a match if you pause within the first 3 minutes, there's no first blood, and there was another technicality for that one, but don't recall exactly. Guys, make sure to check the rules for that one. So if you do take the wrong runes, you can remake at the start. Obviously can't change. I'm pretty sure there was a runes rule. I don't know. I haven't seen anyone use that in years. But yeah, basically you have to play 4v5 if you do DC and can't reconnect in the game. If you guys have 2 DCs, you guys do get DQ'd because you're not allowed to play with 3 players, which is something that happened the other day. Rageblade dropping a wink. Rageblade, what we get that wink for, dude? But thank you. We appreciate you. But guys, if you don't know, the Booleans, basically what everything in chat is about right now. It's the currency of the stream. Use all kinds of weird activities. Second language is child's play, says Kennedy. Sinister. Dude,
I don't know, the problem is, right, I do agree that second language is child's play, and yes, I think our English was probably easier than first language English. The problem we still had in our school was our English teacher is still a UK teacher, right? So she didn't know any Afrikaans. She was pretty much as UK as you can get a person, right? And she was drilling us really hard, do super hard practices that's not meant for us. Like it was basically first language tests and stuff. In her eyes, it was if we can do the first language tests, we can do the second language tests. So she was not a very easy teacher to actually get by, to be honest.
Okay, but did you find that it helped?
Yeah, actually it really helped. I did get an A for my English. Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
I got a high A. So I think a study method worked really well. But that being said, if someone tells me that I had an easy English class, I'm pretty sorry, but it was not easy.
Yo, what's up, Alpha Kilm saying he's having issues? Dude, what's up? What's wrong? Is it your net that's DCing and whatnot? No stress, guys. We're not in that much of a rush. If it happens, it happens. Logging into esports still. So Alpha Kilm saying you're having issues with the logging in area detail not sent by server. Guys, are the esports tilt guys still here? if there's issues regarding the site, they were here a little bit earlier. But guys, if you don't know, we are going to be talking to them after the series.
They are in the channel above us.
I don't know if they're actually there though. Might be AFK. But Alpha, is it only you having issues, my dude? Is anybody else having issues with the site? If you guys don't know, there is a tournament tomorrow 9 AM. Pretty early start. $300 total prize pool. But you can still enter if you have a team. So people are trying to get that last minute rush to make sure to register their players and whatnot, which I do appreciate. So if there are any issues, make sure to try and get a hold of the esports tilt guys. I mean, if anything, worst comes to worst, you can ask when we do have them on the stream after this VS Gaming series. The command doesn't work, says Duan. What's your mind? Duan, gamble jackpot is to check what the current jackpot is. It's there. It's in the chat. It's right there. I see it. But looks like some message in chat. He doesn't seem to be coming back. Yikes! Can we remake and replace him or not? So they are asking in chat. Sinister. Don't you want to see if you can arrange a second caster in case because you have to leave, I believe, for work at just before 10. I feel like this series might take longer.
I don't know who though. Jan said he's always available. Maybe ask Jan.
Is he online?
On League.
I think Jan is not available on Fridays and Saturdays because that's his drinking night.
It's fine. He can still come.
But guys, I think we should hang on. To answer some of the messages doesn't show. That's why. Sorry, best friend. No stress, dude. I'm pretty sure Tuan was always saying best friend, dude. Yellow Pete saying cheapy. If there's only 4 current teams, are we still playing? Dude, Yellow Pete, there are more teams registering still. I think there'll be at least 8. But we can, Yellow Pete, you can direct the question to the guys behind it, the esports tilt X. We will have them on the stream after the series. Yo, what's up to Poppy? Hey Sheepy, so what's happening now? Are we supposed to remake? Dude, if both teams agree to the remake, you guys probably can. If not, you may have to play 4v5. You guys have to play 4v5 for the first game according to the rules, then you may sub in your next player. Your next player says, according to me, you know. Hey, I didn't say exactly that, Touchby. I said that I wasn't entirely sure about the rules, because it might be different for cups especially. Sinister, what are your thoughts? What are your, you know the rules?
I'm trying to go through the specific cups rules to see if there's anything.
So Zix just dropping a link there, dude. Just drop a link in chat. We've had Jan dropped for us while getting smashed at beer pong. He legit has an earpiece and we heard the whole party. XD, that's pretty funny. Zix just yeah. As far as I know, there is a rule like that. Let me just quickly check the link, guys. Apologies about this inconvenience. The duration. Okay, that's a pause. Where's a restart? If a member of the team is experiencing technical issues, hardware or software, their team may call in public chat for a single restart, provided that the call is made before the first blood and before 3 minutes have passed. Yeah, that looks like a valid rule. That's what I was trying to refer about earlier. Yellow Pete, I will if I can remember, dude. I will make myself a note. I can't type in chat. I can't type in like spectate chats. Yo, what's up, Al Chili?
It seems like they should be able to.
Yeah, they're remaking, so we just have to leave and reconnect, unfortunately. Dude, it's one of those nights, Sinister. But what's up, Al Chili? Welcome back. How's it going? How's the Apex?
Who else can we get YOLO Pizza?
But I will remember to try. I'll try to remember to message Pete.
Yogi Sip is in the chat above us.
I see, sir. I see, sir. Should we bring them in and talk to them for a little bit, or before?
What should I bring them in?
Not Yogi. I don't know if you want to move up and just ask them if they're like available quickly.
Yeah.
Because there are some questions for them. they're still in the custom. Wait, are you guys still playing? Why does it say it's 20 minutes in? There's no way you can be 20 minutes in. We paused at like 3 minutes. Yo, what's up, Lazy Lee, man? Welcome back, dude. Jump with the gamble. Is that Saxon fight making it rain in here? Yo, we get me Yeti out and cast for you. Wait, what? I will get my Yeti out and cast these as Rolling Stone. You're more than welcome to join. It says that's the GUI. We started to remake. Can they please leave the game? So we can just yeah, guys. So basically, the game doesn't drop until everyone in the match does leave. So they have to leave. It isn't the rules, guys. You can set a screenshot if necessary. It basically, guys, restarts section 3.4 stoppage of play. If a member of the team is experiencing technical issues, hardware or software, their team may call in public chat for a single restart, provided the call is made before first blood and before 3 minutes have passed. Sinister.
Yeah.
Does that mean that it's the same pick and ban phase?
Yes.
I'd assume it's the same draft, but does the player they sub in have to play the champ that was picked? Okay.
Yes. They can't change anything. It has to be exactly the same.
They
Technically,
switch,
if they want to go technical, they can even, in-game, double-check the starting items are the same, because the rules also say same champion, same spell, same items, nothing can change. Can they switch
the players that were playing which champion? So you can...
I'm hoping they took count of it.
No, I'm just asking, are you allowed to, for example, you bring your sub in who can only play AD carry and support, but your jungler DC'd.
Yeah.
Can your jungler then go AD carry?
Unfortunately, he has to play that champion. If he doesn't have it, I think they have a problem.
Okay.
He has to buy it quickly.
Yikes, tonight's game a little bit later than usual, for the start it is.
That's unfortunate. I was really looking forward to this game. And not only is it being delayed now, but it might not be same quality as we wanted it to be.
Bio45 says mean. Yeah, it's understandable. But mean hacks, what's up, dude? Welcome back. Guys, if you want to answer these questions in the chat, sort of like legalist trivia, use the exclamation mark answer, space the your correct answer. If you get it wrong, you do lose 25 to boost. If you get it correct, you can win anything between, I think, like 25 or 50 to like 250. GS, that's not how you spell answer, dude. I don't know what you're trying to spell the answer way. But let me just quickly take a look at the site, the esports or Tilt esports site, esports Tilt. There we go, Dewan. You need 25 to blaze the play murder trivia. Feels bad. Does it? Wait, Dewan, what happened to all your points, dude? Have you been gambling again? Smurfs joins, says Dragonheart. Guys, can we get an invite to the lobby if you have already created?
Actually, it seems like I'm gonna struggle to even pass the
first game. Yeah, agreed.
That's very unfortunate. If I knew this was gonna happen, I would drive to work and cross from there.
Yikes!
Like if it's gonna start this late.
How long does it take you to get to work, dude?
Around half an hour. Like the delay plus this remake is literally I could have been at work and cross from it. And also because I knew I would probably just take my headset with me.
Yeah.
I would at least have a decent mic.
And the mic? Would you bring the whole like mic stand and everything, Kappa?
No, because okay, I wouldn't mind the mic, but I have to take my plug my soundboard out, which is a bit of a hassle.
Are you in the lobby, dude?
No, I'm not.
Why can't I invite you?
Try this. I don't know.
Nope.
Drag me in. Drag my name in. You can drag your then pull the name into the lobby without the.
So there we go.
Click me and drag me in.
Gamble 500 coming through from Kennedy. Loses 500 now has 1,236. Feels bad, man. Yikes.
Did you not know you could invite people like that?
I did. It was giving me an error whenever, like, for some reason.
Cool.
Oh, there's an Afrikaans question for Sinister Sokkies.
That's a pretty funny one. Also, he keeps on atting me with Sinister Sokkies. He was basically saying, what work am I doing? Because only girls that work on the street work this time.
Yeah. Fair enough, dude. Which is your corner, Sinister?
Which is my corner. Good at Point Road and Durban Main, dude.
Guys, anyone live close to that corner? Make sure to go say how's it to Sinister Smiley or Sinister Sokkies. His street name.
Lovely long time.
But let's jump back into this Champs League. Unfortunately, the delay has, well, the issue with the play had resulted in a remake. Dominic says I'm at work and trust me, no girls here. Feels bad, man.
What do you mean? There must be people who do inspect shafts, you know?
I mean, dude, if there's no girls at work, why do you think Sinister works the corners, dude? Next best thing, dude.
Unfortunately, I don't work in any corners in Zambia. That's a bit far.
It's just gonna cost a little bit extra to get them onto you, Dominator, but we can arrange it, dude. Just slide to the DMs. I'll have my people talk to your people.
Interesting. I see they have subbed in Poisonous. That's not the right spelling for poisonous. How do you even say that?
Poseidon's Fury.
Okay. Anyways, when I did my research, he haven't played any VS games yet. So I wonder if this is his first one or if he's had played one in
Super
the meanwhile.
Feels bad, man. Super sub. But same bands of picks coming through. So guys, so should we go to the highlight reels for one of the previous matches, just until we get into the live scene again?
Sure, go for it.
So guys, we're checking a few minutes for the in-game. For now, let's check some of the post-game highlights from some of the previous matches. Abaddon converted from a Twitch Prime to a sub-tier 1. What are you doing, Abaddon? But much appreciate that, my dude. Thanks for all the support. How many months is that now? We only 3 experts on night shift, and then workers on their like 30. That's all night shifts. Is Dominator. Sinister, how many night shifts at your work, dude?
I'm the only person working night shift when I'm there.
Is that better or worse, dude?
I guess it's okay. I don't mind working alone.
Okay, fair enough. But guys, we'll check in a few minutes for these after the post game highlights. When we get straight into the Summoner's Rift.
You know this.
What was his
Sheepy, didn't you say you
It
played with you for a while?
was, yeah, he used to be on the same team. He was the AD carry. I was the support. Hold that thought there, Gorilla. Flash gonna be misplaced. Gorilla does get caught off a little bit of an awkward situation. Top lane Moran Martishin on the gonna be fighting out on the top side. Martishin to leave the kill. The first US not there. Tiger shot. Otherwise, guys, we're just joining us now. Currently, game number 1 of the best of 3. Oh, beautiful max range Q connection, Ptolemy. He'll gonna be just after the ignite, so we'll be negated. Lots and lots of damage. Sexy B getting that passive off. Zirsty forced to flash out. And Sexy B auto attack follows it. Guys, is the stream lagging?
Seems fine from my side. But speaking of lag, I still need to catch up with you guys on this replay. I did skip forward.
Zirsty. Looks like Gorilla will be going down, jungler. Rest in peace. Wait, what? He auto-attacked the Eddie carry. Sexy B does get the Q connection, though. Zirsty's trying to get the auto-attack, so the flash is going to be used. The W as well. Means that the shield's going to negate any potential
The heck run, which is also fed, which you cannot actually get away from. If he runs up and ults you, there's nothing that can stop him. He will be on you, and either you have to try and be defensive enough or help your team get out of it, or he's just going to kill you straight up.
For the contest, Drake was taking the flash out by Lazy Lima. Sexy P is Zisty. Hacker looking for the shutdown. He wants that 350 gold bounty sitting on Zisty's head. Also, Shadow's going to push him in. The heal has been used to the movement speed and is in an awkward position. Zisty. Gorilla committing. Looks like he might just go down. The flash of the Gorilla is going to be used. Nicely played by blue side. Good rotation.
And actually, burning. Oh wait, that's a picked up ghost. Never mind.
Oh.
I was gonna say burning the ghost from the Zoe, and then I realized, wait, she doesn't have ghost. That was a picked up.
All that thought, sleep does go down the drowsy. Braum looking to block, but realizes he doesn't have his shield up, so doesn't take it. Lazy Lima might just go down for a Sexy P. Looking for the reset. Also, Shadow's final spark. Lost the damage from Snoo, picking the kill on the Gorilla. Zoe dead, Braum dead, Aurelia as well. Zeus do the best to try to count out this one. Redemption's gonna be there, not enough damage though. No ultimate available for Sexy P. I think he deserves it after that key flash. Ultimate, sorry. Zeus pretty low. Ptolemy looking for the ulti damage as well. The knock was there. Rain the backline. That's gonna be Sexy P. Lucky down. Ptolemy, Lazy Lima in walking position. He's in for low. Does get a shield from Newt though. See below the heal pin pop, looking for the damage. Does get the one attack. The last one attack is gonna be there. Rain. There's the other D. Ptolemy jumping over the wall. Actually, that's a very cheeky jump by Braum. Zusty not a good position. That's going to be going down first in the fight, but there goes mid lane as well. This news. Top lane going to be the third member. Sleep it tight.
More. So I'm pretty sure that having that is definitely advantageous for the Hecarim at least.
Otherwise, looks like they're trying to defend the gate, but just in the weird position. Nobody there to block. The also shot's gonna be brought through the Vanguard edge too. Looks like that last little Sexy P crit gonna be enough to take down the shotgun and kick in the passive. Looks at the flash, Newt, snare, and shield gonna be missing the game. He just cannot let such a key player go down so easily. And looks like that's gonna be the fourth member top lane Moron. Lots and lots of damage coming through. That's gonna be the clean ace. So I make that the not clean ace as Gorilla and Sexy P.
Lazy Gma still in the area. You could be looking for a return gank here. We already see the pings coming through. Either Lazy Lima or top lane Moron actually pinging him. They don't have any vision then actually correctly predicting where he's going to be at the moment.
Lots of damage. First blood does go down onto Sexy P. Beautiful gank with the Gorilla. Does end up negating or like ultimate does come through. No damage though. Must need to get locked down. Rain dash. Teleport does come through for blue side. There comes the charge. Lazy Lima, the knockup's gonna be there, but he has to dismount as well, so it doesn't even matter. 2 kills going over the blue side. Currently 3.
I'm now almost on a 20 farm deficit in the top lane, and it does seem like while he's out of lane, top lane is looking to get one of those plates. So he is going to pick up some honey fruit on his way there, so he should be healthy enough to take on the Renekton.
Whoop, snipe coming through for Sexy P does get the kill, guys. Just excuse me.
He did use his TP in that mid lane to help in that team fight, but he doesn't have Scarl back. So top lane Moron having ultimate would probably look to maybe tower dive him here. Here it is. He does decide to tower dive.
Well, just Shinto, very, very low. The flash gonna become 3 top lane Moron. He has a little bit of health back, narrowly surviving that. Guys, it's top side. So it looks like this game. Oh, hold that thought. Heal's gonna be parked by Zeus. The 1-for-1 trade. Sexy P getting into like I'm gonna touch your face range. Goes for the rocket, does get negated thanks to that spell shield. That's gonna be enough to get him the damage required to stand. Not gonna be there, but Sexy P does go down. Lazy Lima very cheekily played by the red side. Need to look into a hashtag like fiber sponsor or something. Oh, flash talk coming through for Rain. So much damage. Very nicely played. Ari just running away with his mid lane. Sexy P locking down that stopwatch plus the chains. Lazy Lima going for the melee face tag, the 1-for-1 trade. Sexy B in a bit of an awkward position, but Toliboys on the chase. Does get Rita, takes a little bit of damage to the face. Thirsty, no flash available as he has just used it. Pops the ultimate, gonna be able to find Rain though. Toliboys be enough to damage. Gorilla going for the 1v3 situation. Rain super low, does receive the black shield. Oh, that's gonna be support going down. Cheeky. Oriana Shockwave live for the 1-for-1 trade. Make that 2-for-1 actually. Like to see if that Renekton does anything with that bit of a lead. Sexy P dropping the chains. Unfortunately, he's just getting caught off overextending for that tire plate damage. Tire damage in general.
As soon as that gets finished.
Ptolemy, Lazy Lima, Sexy P looking for the kites. So it looks like we just trading any carries at this point. Either of them just overextending after each other. Engage. Here comes Rain. Ptolemy does overextend, pays the price. Top lane Moron, the slow coming through. So much work. Looks like that's gonna be yet another Eddie carry death for Sexy P. Side actually just looking for the blood as Rain forced the dash away with the flash. Knockup's gonna be there for Lazy Lima. Unfortunately, no stop for top lane. Moron goes for the dive though. Top lane using the double dash. Hashtag WRG, rest in peace. Looks like that's gonna be the clean ace coming through. This new drop of the stop.
Be so far ahead as he is, but I mean, my thoughts.
Otherwise, Scarlet, all their thoughts. Reed coming through, Lazy Lima looking for the return. Black Shield has been used already. Rain in a very good position, dude. Zusty does end up getting the kill on the Sexy P. That's going to be 2 picks, actually. Lazy Lima does go up the ultimate on the Sexy P. We've dropped his own flash. What a waste of Black Chain. Sexy P. Going to be wasted as well. Zusty getting Reed down. Gorilla 1v3 Ptolemy. Flashing out of there. Rain dashing the hard int. He does end up going down. Sexy P able to pick up the kill. Looks like Zusty might be in trouble. The shockwave going to be negated. Here is entrance for the disengage into the snare for Sexy P. Double kill going over Sexy P. This is incredibly annoying. These 2 names. Do they have to? Like, why does he have back onto him? And looks like the hero's entrance coming through for the engage. Trying to keep him alive. Lazy Lima super low. Does trade and off. Unfortunately, Ptolemy massive shockwave that. Ultimate not going to be doing much from Sexy P. Unfortunately, Gorilla will be going down to see in a very good position. Look at the kite. This one not so Sexy P though. Multiple members from red side. It looks like it will work. Sexy P for the last auto attack. The kill has been popped for the movement speed. Does get What do I always do that? I went to the damn out of game screen again. Oopsie. Guys, we are back. Welcome. I'll get my brother to also sponsor one. So it'll be for the top 2. Okay, Dawn. Unless you want to do two different questions, Dawn. You could do like guess the total amount of Jinx snipes in the cap versus like well, it'll be costed snipes obviously. You could do something else, maybe like I don't know, any questions you could think of, Sinister, like potential like prize questions. Dude, what's up, Steve Panda? Welcome back, dude. Just in time for the first game.
Most first blood, something like that.
I mean, surely that's dependent on how many games there are, dude.
Everyone should be playing the exact same amount of games.
Oh, sorry. You meant like for a person. I thought you meant like in total. So, I mean, if there's only one first blood per game.
Yeah, but I guess Lazy Lima would win that.
Darth Chrissy asked 2 on the first. This is the first, dude.
This is the first game. We haven't got into game yet.
Maybe how many barons or something like that? It's gonna be quite cool. Like, I'm gonna have to go and do the math. Hashtag counting on my fingers. Might need to include my toes for this one.
Oh, you mean? Oh, okay. I was confused. I thought a person that played will get the prize. That's so you mean?
No.
Someone has to guess.
So basically, we're gonna make a Facebook
that's
post
one
asking.
Of those, how many jelly beans is in the jar?
Yeah, kind of thing. Yeah.
Okay, I get.
So, for example, like make a Facebook post and ask people to submit their results. How many Jinx snipes I think they're gonna be in total for the whole cup, and then the person closest would get a sponsored donated by Duan. Oh, Q connection coming through from J-Lock. Very aggressive guy in the toilet's gonna be able to walk that one off. Does get chucked pretty hard. Zixi actually going for the Janna Q start. I like it, dude. I like it. That's something you
Wait
don't
a
see in
second.
every
I'm pretty
Janna.
sure Touch My Ward is normally the support, so they made some changes in the team.
J-Lock Q connection plus the root loss of damage. Not the support, just showing us that like early game pressure. So much work coming through. Forcing the flash from Janna as well as the heal from Guy in the toilets.
And this is exactly what you talked about in Champion Select earlier on. Just a recap for everyone, since we have been a while since we did talk about these team comps, and Sheepy actually pointed out how it's going to be a bit hard since Kaisa is not the best early game champion, as well as Janna being very squishy. So if any of them misstep, I mean, if the Kaisa missteps, Janna can still at least kill her. And we get the early level job and level 2 gank.
Hashtag Lazy Lima doesn't get too much out of it, just the disdain, so unfortunately not the most efficient of ganks.
I mean, a good amount of damage onto him will give him some kill pressure in lane.
It's like he was watching the clips or
is a bit
something.
ahead in health now.
We just watched the recap of yesterday's series with Lazy Lima literally doing this in that one game, so maybe he was taking notes, Kappa. But Darth, what you been up to today, dude? How's life? What's new? What can you tell me? So did they change the bottom left corner, dude, where it says directed camera? I just sworn that was less transparent than previous patches.
I don't actually know. I didn't actually notice anything.
Okay, maybe my imagination. That's you up for some games after this Abaddon?
I'm going to work, my dude.
Feels
I
bad,
wish
man.
I could.
So that's the only guy who works night shift.
Well, actually, good old Dominator also works as the shaft inspector, or whatever you call it.
Gotcha. Darth is just taking a lazy day. How about us? No complaints, dude. Just doing a lot of posts today. Other than that, trying to actually communicate with teams on how to register and whatnot. Trying to follow up with teams, get them on board, so we can actually get this tournament done for tomorrow morning. If you guys don't know, Tilt Esports tournament tomorrow morning, 9 AM starts. So we'll be streaming at 9 AM tomorrow morning. So if you haven't been sleeping, or if you do get up early, for whatever reason, please feel free to join us for that tournament.
I don't know about that one. Nautilus is a bit of a hard lane, so maybe Coin isn't the worst start. I mean, unless he can seriously poke him down and not get punished for it, then maybe, but you don't know if that will happen.
Ooh, look at that Lowy skin on the top side. So basically, guys, the channel looks like a bit of a contest. The Scuttle does get the Q connection, walking for the auto attack. Unfortunately, should have queued the Scuttle on auto attack Pandora, but oh, Zixi looking for the prediction. It's not there, but Pandora does get the E, but no drag as he is out of mana. Oh, looks like he might just get caught out the rotation for the mid lane. Here comes the pops as well. Zixi does pop the shield, but the passive kicking in from Zac. Touch my ward, lots of damage coming through. The tornadoes there, maybe just get the respawn exhaust to be applied as well, but the last one dash follows him over the wall. He does go down, support on the chase as well. Rips getting the knockup. Very, very nice collapse coming through from the blue side, despite red getting priority with that rotation.
And that's pretty big for Toliboys, and that's a kill onto Zed as well, which is going to help him a lot get even more kill pressure in this lane. And as soon as he gets his first item, I'm pretty sure he's going to try and kill Lux immediately. Lux is already trying to rush a Donya's Hourglass, so that should be pretty good for them as soon as that's done. But for now, there's going to be a lot of kill pressure on her, and we do see that the Zed is level 6. So is he going to punish her before she could get that hourglass done?
Hey, what's up, Raven? Welcome back. Good to have you in chat. Otherwise, Abaddon stays off to sleep. Good night, my dude. Much appreciated for coming through, Abaddon. Abaddon must go. Or Abaddon gone. XD. So this is not appreciating my joke.
Oh, I didn't actually. I was just looking at the time and thinking,
Nice
damn,
chance.
what am I gonna do?
Abaddon saying he's off for the night. So I said it's not Abaddon, it's Abaddon.
Oh, rip.
XD. Good rotations make junglers happy, says Steve Panda. Can confirm. I think better than a happy jungler. A happy jungler is a happy life.
I guess I never have good junglers then,
Yikes.
or happy junglers.
You know, topside looks like Poseidon has felt the pressure from that jungle level 2 gank, so he has fallen behind the CS, but he's doing pretty fine. Very healthy, he has burnt his TP already, Lord Trolled him, still steady on hills. Hey, Abaddon, language, dude.
That was, I think it was more this towards myself than you though, if you think about it. Akali. I'm learning to say it right, so don't try and bamboozle me, Duan.
Cali. So is there any accents you can do, dude?
Accents?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, good answer.
You?
No, not that I'm proud of. Alawi should never be allowed to go on free rotation. Okay, so not a fan of the Alawi, it's Mr. Raven. Kali says Bulgarian special. Kali, I mean Bulgarian, we can't actually hear you say the word Kali.
But if I could, I would like to have a Japanese accent.
Sounded like you said butter.
Water.
No, I was just saying because you said butter, then, so it sounded like you said butter. But what are we talking about? 3 for 0 currently. Blue side looking very good. The Toliboys at the lead. Late spell shield. Although, to be fair, I did hit J-Lock, I believe. But Java heading towards the top side. Zach at the top side as well, the map. I mean, dude, in your opinion, what should Red side do at this point to try and get into this game? Well, like, sort of pull it back into their favor, in your opinion?
To get back into the game, well, for starters, I think Lux needs to get that Zonia's done before the Z forces on her, which is probably going to come soon. I don't know why. Looks like she is playing fairly safe, but at this stage, should be having a good amount of kill pressure on her. If she does waste any Qs, I would have gone directly on her. But other than that, get Sivir to late game and just get your front line tanky enough. That's pretty much what we talked about in Champ Select. They have a massive front line. They have a Sivir that scales really well, has really good wave clear. So try and get those win conditions. There's no need to force a early game with these champions that they have.
Very cheeky. Pink one has been cleared on the top
probably
side.
fall off at some stage.
Oh. Scuttle secured, rotation coming from Zed, does the flash, it's gonna be popping the ultimate, lots of damage, the flash is gonna be by Pandora. Will it be enough? And wait, Bazinga Killer picking up the 1v1 in the jungle and just instantly deleting Jarvan. Second death for the red side jungler, not looking too hot.
Yeah, that's 0-1 Z9. Exactly what I've been talking about. They can't have the Z get more fed because as soon as he has the early to mid game win, he's going to be a big issue in threat for them.
Big damage. Exhaust has been applied. That means Kai's going to take the Nautilus ultimate as well. Looks like that little bit of Janna ulti pushing him back. We'll keep a live guy in a toilet. Yikes. But dude, you know what they say? A fed Z is a dead. Sorry.
Scuffed it.
Scuffed it. A little bit of train on the top side. Zach ultimately applied. Looks like Fear Beyond Death still available. Does up to good, and there's the connection. Very nice gang to the top side. Looks like the synergies are there. Not so like of a Jarvan, but does work with rifts. Not like this is Abaddon. But guys, if you'd like to answer the questions for the chat game, for example the win command, if you don't know any of the trivia, exclamation mark answer space the word. Tolly looking to try and Zixi roller cancel the recall. He does. Abaddon exclamation mark answer space Hecarim, if you'd like to guess. Does cost 25 to guess incorrectly. 60 very close up on touch by ward. Does get a bit of a trade before she has coins, so no spell thieves damage / gold. Snake connection, the cheeky dip pops, catch out, exhaust will be applied, but will be enough to flash. The one attack will be enough actually. Okay. So that happened. It happened.
That's going to be really great to give a little bit of a financial bump on this Lux's back, just to help her maybe get the Tanya's Hourglass done, because at this stage a 2-0Z has finished his Ghostblade plus a longsword, so she does still have the stopwatch unused, so if he does ult, he should be fine for now. But after that, it could be an issue.
So now has ulti, although they did get a kill. Oh, very beautifully played. The snake protection is there for this Cataclysm. Lots of damage. Drops the ultimate pops before she does go down. Shutdown now back over to Lux. So I was going to say that despite the rotation and getting the kill on the support, Zed ended up getting several plates off the turrets. So no, it wasn't necessarily the greatest of trades. Why is that shield so massive? What the fudge? Do you see that as well?
Looks like you should be starting to play Janna again, buddy.
Did you see that as well, dude? Can we see that again?
I did see it. That being said, he did rush a the Wisp, so that'd be that extra bit of AP earlier on the tower might be giving more shield than me.
I think it was a visual bug, dude. The shield on the turret was huge. Like it literally, like the whole lane. Yeah, it literally.
Nah, I didn't actually see that.
Anyone chance see that? What? I clipped it, so we do have that, but I don't know what the heck we just watched. So that's something. Maybe they changed Janna, makes a shield like the width, the length.
That happens if you don't play enough solo queue, CP.
Yeah, it's clearly something's not right with Janna. Yeah, Steve, next season.
And the game looking much better for INT Troll Committee now. I mean, they do have these kills on Lux. Nobody else in the team actually having kills so far. Jarvan still having a bit of an issue being behind 10 CS on the Zac. Plus those 2 deaths, but he did finish his jungling item, so he should be a bit better now. I'm not sure what they're going to do for this bot lane. Not sure if they're going to just cut them off and just have the Sivir scale until late game, or if they are going to try and gank them. But it's pretty hard to gank at this stage of the game. Janna has level 7, so if they gank, Janna will be able to just ult them away and knock them up. So it is definitely an issue they need to look at.
It's like I'm watching myself CS on the top side. I think we just watched Poseidon miss an entire wave of crowd like CS or creeps. Yikes. Feels bad, man. I know that feel. Bazinga killer not clearing the pink side in the top pixel merge.
Abaddon, I'm pretty sure I liked your Facebook post, so I did see it.
What Facebook post? I have spectacles, so it says Abaddon. Okay, so you got any specs? How much did you end up spending on them, dude? It looks like Zen looking to catch out. Pandora, is this yet another death? It will be. Bazinga just trying to run away with the game. Exactly what it needs to do to try to snowball Blue through this lack of AP damage team. And touch my ward quite easily, just able to delete Kai'Sa just like that with a single grab of the anchor. Zac looking for the engaged knockup is there, looking for the potential ultimate, does get the Q knockback. Will he look for it? Trying to get on a touch, but what I believe she still has Spell Shield as far as I know. So tanky, rotation from the pops. Rifts, touch by ward. So despite the fact that they had a rotation through from it did not quite work out to their favor. So Zed not getting even more plate damage / gold, as we can see Black starting to move away back up towards that mid side for their defense against the turret. Abaddon, what's up, dude? Why are we getting dot. What's up, Conan? Saying AD, Gur right back at you.
I like the roars better.
Like the Roar XD.
Yeah, that one. So Wu face and just round it off.
Where did that start, dude?
I don't know, just a cute anime thing. I don't know.
But just thinking to myself, dude, shower thoughts. Why is it called CS, which stands for Creep Score, if they're called minions in League?
I think it came originally from Dota. They're called creeps there. Everyone that played Dota 1 before League of Legends was a thing.
No, fair enough.
I think the lingo just spread and everyone just kept on calling it CS.
But if you scroll over, does it actually say CS? It says minion kills. So. It's actually MK minion kills.
But I've literally seen Riot at competitive using CS. So they would say CS /P or CS /PM. the CS per minute. So they definitely use that as an official stat at Riot. So I wouldn't put it past that it's like not. I think it's just easier to put, as people won't know what M is, and CS is a very more specific.
Oh, very aggressive. Looks like John will be coming out again. The snare is then not a good day for Fedora. Over and over again, just getting picked up by multiple members of the side of Toliboys, and it's starting to show in terms of the gold, as well as the team pressure. I mean, only a K advantage at the moment.
This Zed is a bit busy skating a bit out of control now at the moment. He is busy on his second lethality item. He is going to get that Dusk Blade of Drakthar. So that will be a big power spike for him, especially roaming and deleting the squishies.
They are Tommy Hilfiger. Hi, top. Oh, is that ultimate? Look at the damage. Look at the black shield. Or the spell shield not going to be enough to negate anything, as the mist time is coming to Bazinga, getting yet another kill, just running away with the game. Mid lane turret now dead, first turret of the game. Blue side definitely starting to dictate the outcome. What was the flash from Ergot, Sister One? Dude, I don't know. Don't ask. It happens. Job now rotating towards the top side. I mean, Lowy at this point probably one of the best bets for Breadside to come back into this, as well as potentially like the Lux, but I feel like she's gonna deal, well, she's gonna struggle to deal with the potential outcome from Bazinga. He does have the potential to roam now, seeing as he has that mid turret, but doesn't need to, it seems. Blue side not able to pick up that tier 1 for free. 2 turrets to 1. The stop does fall as well. Dwan requesting a goodbye friend. Dwan, you can't just turn the goodbye friend on and off, dude. It's like it's a spur of the moment kind of thing. They're worth 5.5k, says Abaddon. Okay, that's a substantial amount of money for a pair of spectacles. Bazinga looking pretty cool with the Ghost Blade. Extra movement speed, quick as like I guess they're like rims on Bazinga Killer Zen's back. EQ knockout of the Catalyst as well, but he does go for the ultimate. Lux final spark connects to the support. Support will go down despite the Jenny heal coming through from that Monsoon. Not going to be enough. Zed able to walk it off though. So he does do his job to keep the mid lane alive. It'll be on forever if it had the buttons. And the remote Zac flash going to be used by the Pop Snake, and actually not going to beat this guy on the toilet, able to walk that one off. Lord Troll able to flash away, reposition from Kaiser. And it's complete fiesta in tonight's game, it seems. Lots and lots of killing, just the whole time, left, right, and center. Luckily, Lux not getting caught off. Did go for the early flash opposed to Ilawi with the late flash. Preemptive versus reactionary.
And interesting enough, I know that he has the Zonia's Hourglass now, so it will be much harder for the Zed, but they didn't really try to punish her before that, and I didn't even remember if she used her Hourglass. I think it was pretty much unused, and so far Zed has been ignoring her. I don't know if it's due to the fact that he doesn't want to even try and waste the ultimate on her, what she had, but I think it's definitely worth forcing out the stopwatch and then getting pressure on her. For now, Lux is not doing actually too bad.
Oh, questionable TPs and ultimate ring brought up straight away. Lawi does have hers, so she looks for it. Only gets the one connection, but it's going to be too late as Bazinga Killer's ultimate does go for the pop, and that X just doing too much damage. Tier 1 turret falling the top side. Abaddon, did you unfollow and refollow or something?
He did unfollow and refollow. I was there when he did it.
Yikes, Abaddon. Question mark, right back at you, dude.
Yeah.
That's why we can't have nice things. J-Lock do the best he can as Nautilus just to clear as many minions, or sorry, many wars out of the jungle as possible. Just re-controlling. So we've seen this Nautilus been picked several times so far in the cup, and every single time it seems to work, although in this case, not unfortunately his fault, but the rest of the team not looking too hot. Yeah, kind of enjoying the Bazinga Killer name. Agreed, as well as the Kaiser's name is somewhat fresh for the casters, not gonna lie. Sinister, what do you think is the most obnoxious name in the local scene?
100%. Every time MVP changes his name, I dread for my life. It's so frustrating trying to either remember his new names or even XCP is a problem. He had before that's what the name was a problem. Like it's just always a problem.
Right. Looking for the damage off the side, maybe not able to go for the Baron steal instead though, seeing as he has no vision. So it's a little bit low, needs to be careful. Blue side in a very good position. They don't want to go for this Baron swap or flip rather. And I actually really like their decision making, opting just to back away from this one, because that was potentially a position or an opportunity for red side to get back into this game. So I can respect that decision. That call. So
that's a bit of a very weird one, though, I'm not gonna lie. That's gonna be a yikes for me.
What does that stand for?
You don't actually want to know what's that in English. that directly translated is gonna be a bit myth.
Okay, let's just. Abaddon, Abaddon, not enjoying it.
I mean, it'll be pretty funny. Not gonna lie, but yeah, I don't know how I feel about saying that one out loud.
No stress, dude. Hashtag family friendly. This is kind of going to be secured now by blue side. Blue buff looking to be taken by red, potentially given over to Pops as he is pretty low in mana. Drake now under siege. Currently the second Drake of the game going to be that Ocean. Already had that Cloud. Likes looking for the final spark. Going to be a little bit too late for the snipe / steal. Otherwise, yikes. I'm pretty sure I already know what it says, so it's guys, let's move on. Let's move on.
Yeah, the second one works better. But anyways,
it's a jam, not jelly. Yeah. So there is a Sivir for ADC on the side of red. ITC touched by a ward. So a very good champion in the late game. If you can get to those item power spikes, potentially that 3 item power spike may just be able to carry the rest of the team on his back. Other than that, potentially stacking armor could quite work nicely, seeing as the armor jar the AD, despite the fact that Zac and Kai'Sa are doing fairly, like a slight amount of AP. Not enough in my opinion, but apparently the new Zac build being AP.
Actually, give you guys a public service announcement. As soon as the next patch drop, I do believe in the next week and a half, I think, or week, I think it'll drop.
Normally Tuesdays.
You would have to look out for Sivir. She is going to be pretty busted on the next patch. They do intend on buffing Essence Reaver with some damage, which is going to be absolutely busted with Infinity Edge, because not only is her raw damage going to be super high, but with the 2 crit item stacking, she is going to be absolutely busted. And she doesn't actually need that much attack speed, so you can pretty much just straight up rush a Essence Reaver and Infinity Edge, and you will clear away. Every ricochet will absolutely destroy the enemy members in the backline.
Yo, what's up, Mateus? Got a message for Dwan saying that Jakes is looking for you.
I think it will be patch 9.10, I believe.
Yeah, with Yuumi. Are you keen to play Yuumi? Looks pretty cool.
Definitely. Very keen to pick up.
Yeah, it's like a better version of Rakan, especially after all the changes and the nerfs and the tweaks and the whatnots. Even the same champion.
And you must be very psyched, because not only is she a nice support, but you're a big cat person. Very hyped to have another kitty in the rift.
I thought you guys say I'm an Ardent support, so it excites me. But it does actually. Quite keen. Pretty surprised everyone at the cat, especially after the cat and dogs scene.
Guys, tune in for some solo queue streams from Sheepy.
No problem. So this is popping the Sinister, sorry. Sivir popping the movement speed. Zac able to pick up multiple moves from red side. Nautilus ultimately going to be chasing down Zed as he is in the backline, but Gaia totally able to kill onto Nautilus. Cataclysm, Standard Tide looks like that damage coming through. Final spark will be enough as Depops picks up the kill. Nicely played. Janna forced to end the ultimate a little bit early. Mansui not getting the full potential thanks to that pressure from Malawi. 2 for the 1 trade in favor of blue side, coming out again ahead in the kills department. Listening to my best friend's streams is doing. Mateus.
Yo, you his best friend?
Obviously, the question is that.
Nice. Everyone, the whole community is Sheepy's best friend.
Again with the visual bug with the taunt. Do you guys see the turret shield from Janna in the mid lane? But that's the Pops getting the pick up. Snare into final spark combo.
I'm not gonna lie, Lux's cooldown at the moment is pretty disgusting. I would like to see her
Are you not seeing that shield?
stats on her cooldown reduction. If you look here, it is she has 45%. Oh no, ultimate's up again. So at the moment we're looking at around a 35-second cooldown on her ultimate. It's actually pretty high. I know she used to be able to get something like 20 seconds out of it. So not sure why it's that high still. Otherwise it might be a spectator bug that I can't see the refreshed cooldown. So maybe on level 3. Yeah, that's probably why.
On here?
Lux. They'll probably have that cooldown on level 3. He only has a level 2 ultimate at the moment, being level 30.
So Baron now started up against it. Even though they did cancel the previous one, I see they look at the flip this one. Jarvan goes for the contest, goes so close, but Zed actually picking up the Baron. But do end up getting the Jarvan as well. That is too close, but Dora not getting the smite off for some reason. Definitely stealable in that case, in my opinion. I don't even think Rifts had the smite ready, or maybe an early smite, not sure.
I mean, it just seems like everyone's ignoring Lux at this case. If I was her and I would realize that I was being ignored this hard, I would actually pick up myself a Magi's and start stacking that. She's got 5 kills, got the Luden, she's got 45% cooldown reduction. If you had a pretty sure she would be deleting everyone in their team, including their tanks.
But now Baron in the pocket should be fairly easily like sailing from here on out. Smooth waters. 14-6, 27 minutes in. Baron looking for that little bit of a slide lane pressure. Poseidon has the TP available. Putting Civ in the top side, seeing as she does have decent wave clear. May not be the best decision. I feel like Ilawi should be there for the match, seeing as he does have teleport in case jump. Final spot in case Urgot goes for the rotation into mid, or potentially bottom. Now that Zed is actually applying pressure there too.
Of course I voted Abaddon, I'm a good citizen.
Yeah, guys, see the finger. Everybody gonna have that mark. The pump's not looking too hot. The Baron gonna be there, but will it be enough? The Ignite apply as well. The last little bit of damage from the Shuriken gonna take him down. Not interested, dude.
I mean, let's build the item that counters Zed the hardest and not use it at all.
Where's Yum Yum Schoolbrat's heat? I don't know what that question is. Magi's versus the knife for one Zed's his lappies. Yeah. I don't know about Magi's, dude. Who is Magi's there? I don't see Magi's.
I mean, she was pretty much literally ignored completely up until the stage where Zed just 1v1'd her. And she didn't play that really well. I'm pretty sure if she Zonia's the ultimate and then tried to walk away with the barrier, I think she could have left out, but tried to fight him under the tower, not even using the Zonias.
And potentially just Zonzing at the start and to get as much damage as possible in barriering towards the middle section. Maybe. It's his first death, so I mean, it's not like he's doing too poorly. Who lost their ID, Abaddon? Oh wait, so Celeste, did you lose your ID? Did you actually?
No, not at all.
Okay. He can actually. Oh, that's a big ultimate for Live. It will not be enough, unfortunately. Hitting multiple members there. I believe it was 3, except for the Zac. Find the mid side now as well. Snake can actually come through, but there's a flash away from Andorra. Returning for the Catalyst and pulls back to the shadow, but the Nautilus ultimate will be following him down. And the support will come. Kill comes through for J-Lock. Pandora for this engage. Kaiser ultimate in. Does get the last bit of damage, but a bit of a trade coming through to Snake connection onto both members. Jungle and top lane for Poseidon. Flash away. J-Lock does get put against the Orphan. That's that Monsoon. Double kill coming through for that guy on the toilet. Last member alive to Pops. Actually, not as the Sivir is alive. My mistake. Life's getting down. Touchdown once. This feels ADC, man. Using school bread. Okay. Oh, sorry. Nexus now exposed. Disdain not going to connect with Touchman. We're getting zoned away from the fountain. We'll try to walk in, but here comes Zac for the knockout before she does overshoot it. But the Nexus will explode as if it does end up dying. GG, well played first game. Going over to Toliboys.
I mean, I really want to give Zed the MVP, but I feel like if this was any other team and they actually took advantage of him not, because I feel like you waited too much in the early game. Where he could have punished the Lux or any, because the Lux was actually doing really decent in their team, and she wasn't like punished any game at all from the Zed. So that could have, if Lux was really good, she could have actually tried to swing that game around in their favor. That was the biggest win condition for them in their team. So definitely, yes, they can get it, but still a lot of issues that they could have worked on.
Well, guys, you want to answer the questions in chat, for example, those trivia questions. It's exclamation mark answer space the word. To one stealing it away, jinx, yikes. But guys, that was the first game going over to the side of it was Toliboys who won, correct?
Yes, Toliboys.
So chat actually predicting it wrong, saying majority of the chat saying that ITC would take the first game. Silver chat in the house tonight, feels bad, man. But lots and lots of work coming through for that sense. So GG, well played to him. Sinister, dude, you have to bounce the next few minutes. I don't know if you're gonna be here for the second, potentially third game.
I should have left like 15 minutes ago.
Yikes! So I will excuse you there then, I believe.
Yeah, would you maybe be able to get someone?
Alright, go see who's online quickly, guys. Anyone shout out to come for a co-host?
A lot of people in the team. The Pew Pew is there, Rascals.
You always disappoint me. I never let me see the games I want to see. Jinxie, it's not my fault. One of the teams disbanded. Guys, if you were here for the game that we advertised, unfortunately one of the teams disbanded at the last moment, so it was cancelled. Likely there was a match at Hoppers 8 that we could jump onto. 6 spaces and the answer is Quinn. Question mark, what? Which one? Did I make a mistake?
ITC is shown as the nearest. I can see it.
The answer? Wait, hang on. What was the answer?
The answer was ITC win. They had 63% over 36.
No, it means the chat game. Was the answer Ashley Quinn? I'm my bad. We'll fix that one, guys. Apologies. Make a note of that. Thanks for letting me know about that. Too many spaces. But we will get the next game going in just a moment, guys. We'll check you in a bit for that match. So we'll send you over to the recaps. We'll be right back. Oh, Zexy looking for the prediction. It's not there, but Pandora does get the E, but no dragons. He is on a mana. Oh, looks like he might just get caught out the rotation for the mid lane. Here comes the pops as well. Zexy does pop the shield, but the passive kicking in from Zach. Touch my ward, lots of damage coming through. The tornadoes there, maybe just get the respawn exhaust to be applied as well, but the last one dash for
One
has been cleared on the top
probably
side.
fall off at some stage.
Oh. Scuttle secured, rotation coming through from Zed, does the flash, it's gonna be popping the ultimate, lots of damage, the flash is gonna be by Pandora. Will it be enough? It won't, Bazinga Killer picking up the 1v1 in the...
More fed because as soon as he has the early to mid game win, he's going to be a big issue in threat for them.
Big damage, exhaust has been applied, that means Kaiser gonna take the Nautilus ultimate as well. Looks like that little bit of Janna ulti pushing him back, we'll keep a live guy in a toilet. But dude, you know what they say, a fed Zed is a dead. Scuffed it. Scuffed it. A little bit of train on the top side. Zach ultimately applied. Looks like Fear Beyond Death still available. Does opt to get, and there's the connection. Very nice gang through the top side. Looks like the synergies are there. Not so like you like to guess. Does cost 25 to guess incorrectly. 60 very close up on touch by ward. Does get a bit of a trade before she has coins, so no Spell Thieves damage / gold. Snake connection, the cheeky dip pops, catch out, exhaust will be applied, but will be enough to flash it. One attack will be enough, actually. Okay. Drops the ultimate pops before she does go down. Shot down now back over the Lux. So I was gonna say that despite the rotation and getting the kill and support, Zed ended up getting several plates off the turrets. So no, it wasn't necessarily the greatest of trades. Why is that shield so massive? What the fudge? Do you see that as well?
Looks like you should be starting to play Janna again, buddy. I did see it.
What Facebook post? I have spectacles, so it says Abaddon. Okay, so you got any specs? How much did you end up spending on them, dude? It looks like Zed looking to catch out. Pandora, is this yet another death? It will be. Bazinga just trying to run away with the game. Exactly what...
Put it past that it's like not... I think it's just easier to put as people won't know what M is and CS is very more specific.
Oh, very aggressive. Looks like John will be coming out again. The snare is there. Not a good day for Pandora. Over and over again, just getting picked up by...
Fight for him, especially roaming and deleting the squishies.
They are Tommy Hilfiger. Hi. Oh, is that ultimate? Look at the damage. Look at the black shield But the spell shield not going to be enough to negate anything, as the this time is going to be Bazinga getting yet another kill, just running away with the game. Mid lane time. Pretty cool with the Ghost Blade. Extra move speed, quicker. Like, I guess they're like rims on Bazinga Killer Zen's back. EQ knockout of the Cataclysm as well, but he does go for the ultimate last final spot, connects to the support. Support will go down despite the Jenny heal coming through from that Monsoon. Not going to behind the buttons. And the remote Zac flash going to be used by the Pop Snake connection, not going to beat this guy on the toilet, able to walk that one off. Lord Troll able to flash away, reposition from Kaiser. And it's complete fiesta in tonight's game, it seems.
For now, Luxor's not doing actually too bad.
Oh, questionable TPs and ultimate green brought on straight away. Lami does have hers, so she looks for it. Only gets the one connection, but it's going to be too late as Bazinga Killer's ultimate does go for the pop, and that X just doing too much damage. Tier 1 turret falling the top side. Popping the Sinister, sorry. Silver Boss is popping the movement speed. Zac able to pick up multiple moves from red side. Nautilus ultimate is going to be chasing down Zed as he is in the backline, but Guy totally able to get the kill onto Nautilus. Cataclysm, standard time looks like that damage coming through. Final spark will be enough as the Pops picks up the kill. Nicely played. Jenna forced to end the.
Nice. Everyone, the whole community is Sheepy's best friend.
Again with the visual bug with the taunt. Do you guys see the turret shield from Janna in the mid lane? But that's the Pops getting the pick up. Snare into final spark.
Level 30.
So Baron Nara started up against it. Even though they did cancel the previous one, I see they looking to flip this one. Jarvan go for the contest. Goes so close, but Zed actually picking up the Baron. But do end up getting the Jarvan as well. That is too close, but Dora not getting the smite off for some reason. Potentially bottom. Now that Zed is actually applying pressure there too.
Of course I voted Abaddon. I'm a good citizen.
Yeah, guys, see the finger. Everybody got that mark. The Pop's not looking too hot. The Baron gonna be there, but will it be enough? The Ignite apply as well. The last little bit of damage from the Shuriken. Gonna take Zac. Find the mid side now as well. Snake connection comes through, but there's a flash away from Andorra. Returning for the Cataclysm, pulls back to the shadow, but the Nautilus ultimate will be following him down. And the support will come. A kill comes through for J-Lock. Pandora for disengage, Kaiser ultimate in. I suppose this day not gonna connect with Touchman. We're getting zoned away from the fountain. We'll try to walk in, but here comes Zac for the knockout before she does overshoot it. But the Nexus will explode as if it does end up dying. GG, well played first game. Going over to. And we're back. Welcome, guys. Welcome. If you guys are just joining us now, currently game number 2 of the best of 3 VS gaming. We've got Toliboys versus ITC and blue, Toliboys in red. Sinister Smiley had to tap out, unfortunately, seeing as he has work now. But we got a replacement caster. Thanks for the office chat. But we got Shami, mid laner from. Sorry, Eddie Carey. Are you mid lane, Eddie Carey?
I'm mid lane. Sorry, we lost last game.
Mid laner for the League of Legends team, the VE side. Welcome, dude.
Thank you.
So did you catch the previous match?
I saw the end of it.
Okay. Any thoughts or anything that you maybe noticed? Maybe burns or like bulls or anything?
Head's dead. That's what I need to see.
Yeah, so it was popping off and popping people left, right, and center.
Target ban. I'm guessing these are target bans.
I would assume so. I mean, personally, I don't know the players too well, like 1 or 2 maybe, but mostly the champion pool would be target bans. Zed, obviously, just because of the last game. Got as well, it seems. Guys, don't use the text-to-speech. It's currently disabled for the cast. You gotta freaking welcome me for all of the bleeds, dude. There we go. Have your 100 back again. But Hecarim gonna be taken away. So is Hecarim now like a tank? Do you build Hecarim full tank now? I heard something about some sort of like full tank build.
Oh no, that's just Tugger being Tugger.
Okay, so it's not actually a thing then.
I think Conqueror's better. Tugger disagrees.
I mean, Hecarim is sort of like very, very strong. I mean, he's been abused for a while. I think he got nerfed in the last patch, if I'm not mistaken. But, I mean, Tugger's has been playing Hecarim for a while, so he's definitely always got his own twist on the meta and whatnot.
Yeah, his nerf didn't have much because it's like he needed to. It's more his R and his influence of being able to fear more people, which is what makes him strong as a champion, rather than him being able to one-shot like squishies. I think that was just a byproduct.
Okay.
Of his bugs getting fixed and Conqueror being Conqueror.
Yeah, no, fair enough. Demon Crack asking, what does Tugger go exactly?
Tugger goes Grasp and then full tank. That's yeah.
It's something. It's definitely something. You got
Just like,
says, yeah, go for it.
You need damage. You need like, if you do that on Hecarim, you need like damage threats in other places. You can't just have you can't like playing Soraka with that is like pretty bad. Like having like supportive mid.
Yeah, you need some sort of like hyper carry to an extent. So. You got
Fiddlestick support. I'm guessing it's Fiddlestick support.
It could be middle sticks.
I voted for him to get a rework.
Yeah. I was actually gonna ask guys. Well, did anyone do the vote for the champ to get the rework for 2020? I believe. What were the options? Fiddlesticks. What else? I don't even recall, to be honest. But basically, guys, you can vote on the champion to get remade next year. Link to the votes is Uganda. You can probably find it on the main page. Not entirely sure. But comps coming through now. We got that Sejuani, Mirakai, and Fiddlesticks versus the Zac Echo and the Morgana. Next ban phase is gonna be the Jinx.
I don't know about picking Echo.
So do you think that's gonna be the Echo mid?
Yeah, but it's like they have so much CC. Like playing assassins into Fiddle is pretty annoying, just because you don't have to hit anything. You just has to press Q. But they do have the Black Shield, but I guess it becomes who are you prioritizing shield on when they have the threat of Sejuani ult.
So we got 2 bans left. We'll go through to the second pick phase. So what would you at all expect, for example, a Mirakai support, something cheesy like that? I mean, it was popular, like played a little bit here and there, like High Elo career for a while. I think recently though. But do you have any thoughts on a Mirakai support potentially?
I think Fiddle's more cheesy.
Okay. Fair enough.
I think Fiddle has a better laning phase than Maokai does. But Maokai's support is just annoying because it's Maokai and he has.
It's like a cheap man's Alistair kind of.
Yeah, I think right now, like, I don't see Not, which is a shame. Because that champion's pretty good.
Yeah, it was picked last game.
Okay.
But unfortunately was on the losing side. Did actually do quite well in laning phase, ended up versing a Janna, which is not exactly the hardest of matchups for Nautilus. But I'm pretty surprised it's gotten so far with no pick or ban on the champ yet. Uganda says check my solo queue games, so we'll check it in a sec, see how that's going. Been playing a little normals. Well, I'm seeing on normals, Uganda, what do you mean? But yeah, you got some decent win rates on the turret, keep looking at that, dude. Platinum 3, nice. Last season finishing in the Diamond 5 24 LP. Sorry, 42 LP. So the Ahri pickups that will most likely be the Fiddlestick support. Mirakai top lane jungle Sejuani, AD carry Varus and mid Ahri. Versus the Zac jungle, I believe mid lane Echo, Morgana support, Kaiser AD carry, and the Garen on the top side. Alright, so Shami, any thoughts on the two team comps, dude?
I think there's like an overall 5v5 comp. ITC's comp's better. Just because of the amount of CC they have, and then like early game I think it will struggle more, but once you reach mid game and late game, Varus is pretty much like they can dispatch front fight and Ferris will win. Because like even if Zach jumps on, still have like little CC to deal with, or his ult goes off. But if they can get ahead with Echo and Garen, then they can just 1-3-1 the rest of the game.
Okay.
And it depends what Ahri build they go, but I think they can just 1-3-1 and force because Morgana will just keep them protected from engage mid lane.
And in this case, are you expecting, for example, would you opt for a like a Permafrost Ahri build with the Glacial build or whatnot?
Building Permafrost into like the only times I don't really go Permafrost is if it's like Morgana, Olaf, or Yi.
Okay, and what's the reason for that?
Because there's their ults and
it removes the least layers. Gotcha.
because the whole point of the build is basically create a pick, and then it's a guaranteed kill. But with Morg Shield, you can't then pick them off because the GLP doesn't do enough damage to break the back shield
Okay.
at the later stages of the game, which means that your charm won't land. Even if you land charm, it won't charm.
No, fair enough. What about, for example, like a Permafrost build of Morgana? Is that viable this game potentially?
What support?
Yeah, support. Or do you think that's only a mid lane build?
I think it depends on the bot lane matchup. If you're against a melee bot lane as Morgana, I think you can go the Permafrost. But I think in general, Ahri just provides more utility
Okay.
because you get the added shield from Black Shield, which then means you can build into Ardent and whatnot, which is quite beneficial considering Echo's small base damage buff.
Okay, gotcha. So looking at the two teams, guys, in chat, let us know who you think won the pick and ban phase, the draft and whatnot. 1 in chat for ITC and Blue, 2 in chat for Toliboys. Current crowd favorite being Toliboys for the draft at least, but depending on which team wins this, we might go to game 3 or call a series here. Looking for the blue side to win for the 3rd game Silver Scrapes, or red side to just finish it on a clean 2 for North. But Shammy Casters Kirsty, who we giving it over to? Who do you think's gonna win?
I think I prefer ITC's comp, so...
Okay, so you're going for the ITC. No bias here, I guess. A completely biased recasters Kappa. But 1 minute left on that spectator layer. So just looking at everybody. So you see that we're going to opt to switch that exhaust over to Ignite, which I do like. Don't particularly care for the exhaust in the support lane at the current meta. Esports Tilt, appreciating the Garen top. Yeah. Shammy, have you seen that whole like Predator top Garen build at all?
What build?
I don't know exactly off the top of my head, but there's some sort of cheese I've been seeing in like on Garen. I think it's in Korea. There's a couple patches back there. Maybe they're still doing it now, but you sort of just go Predator. I don't know if you sort of like maybe run around the map kind of thing, trying to assassinate people or what. But let me see very quickly.
I've been told to play Predator Eve mid before and just roam.
Wait, what? Is that a thing?
Yeah. No, my old jungler was playing Predator Eve mid lane. Like, oh yeah, you should play it, and I was like, no.
Is that the reason why he's the old mid laner? Because he's playing with
no, it was in my old team. He wasn't mid, he just played jungle, and then played Eve mid.
Okay. So Spectre Late is done. I'm just looking at pro builds quickly. It seems like the only person that has a game of Predator Garen is actually Faker. He played
he played it mid.
Yeah, Garen mid, that must be it. That must be it, yeah. What is the reason behind that? Because you can roam to top and mid potentially? I mean, sorry, top and bottom potentially?
I think that's just for fan service.
Okay. So just the crowd pleaser, Emax Garen with the Predator Rush, but looks like Toliboys the current crowd favorite for the 2nd match, at least the comp wise. But let's get into the game.
I don't think Garen's bad. He's just simple, so he can be dealt with, I guess.
Yeah, he's very one-dimensional. There's only so much you can do with a Garen. Right, looking at the points, said you want it a little bit low, Mirko as well. Already Morgana, they're okay, not too bad. But Garen clearly very comfortable as champion, same with the Echo and the Kaiser. So it seems like red side Toliboys are a lot more comfortable in their champions than the side of ITC. Is that going to be a factor? Finals, right?
Maybe.
I mean, when you go to solo queue, do you look at the mastery points and stuff like that?
No, I think it's pretty irrelevant.
Okay, so
Well,
don't
just
get
like,
tilted.
someone might just play well, like this coin. It's not coin flippy, but it's like, oh, you've been doing something for X amount of years. It doesn't necessarily mean you're good at it.
True, to be fair. But I mean, like, in my opinion, I'd rather have someone who's very comfortable in the champion because they sort of know how to play from behind better than somebody who's, like, got less points. So
You have comfortability factor. But, like, in terms of execution, that just depends on whether they're having a good or bad game.
Okay. And what about, like, champ select? Do you ever look at stats for the players in your team and potentially dodge the champ select? Or do you just play with the hand you've been dealt?
I dodge based on if people want to feel like inting, or
Okay.
they pick some bizarre champions.
Fair enough.
Or
Fair enough.
I get autofilled.
Yeah, I pretty much dodge as well when I get autofilled. I first ask if I can have the lane and then just dodge. Otherwise, it depends on the mood I'm in. If I'm like tryharding, I'll potentially look at champ selects and then dodge if like you always get these random like 7 lost players and it's just like, no, this is not the game where you turn around your lose spree. Just take the dodge and just like go next. Take the -2 or the minus like 10 or whatever.
Yeah, I generally find out in game if they're tilted.
Yep.
I'm like, oh, why are they tilted?
Or like you get the guys who flame from 2 minutes when somebody dies, and then you check the matches, you just red across the board, and then like
Oh,
that's
I
why
just-
they're so toxic.
I just mute them.
Fair enough, fair enough.
Carry on. Dodging's OP. It is OP.
Dude, honestly, dodging is like literally part of the grind. Like if you don't dodge, or you even playing solo queue.
If you want to climb properly, you should. You have to put dodging into.
You should have
that.
multiple counts and potentially just switch between counts if you do have to dodge. Shouldn't be a case of I don't want to
Yeah.
dodge even though there's someone toxic in my team because I don't feel like wasting the time. Oh, what's your...
Interesting. I think we Doran shield bot.
On either of them?
No. I only would like. The only chance I think D-Blade's good on is if it's like Ezreal. They're pretty safe. But
Okay.
I think just staying from Doran shields and just like the safety of it. But ADCs especially, because even with like all the quick changes and item changes, they still need a couple of items to really get going. So it just gives you that extra layer of safety to get to your power spikes.
Okay, fair enough, makes sense. I mean, other than that, what's your in-game time? Just make sure we are synced.
216.
Oh yeah, perfect. So Touchman wanted to go for that cheeky fiddle crow, or not even a crow in this case, it's like a balloon animal. But what are your thoughts on Fiddlesticks in the current meta for support?
I know like one of JDG, China's team, their support like he just basically plays off meta supports.
Yeah.
He plays meta supports as well. But Fiddlesticks and Bard like get banned from teams.
Is that like an Aftershock Fiddlesticks, or is it not like the area?
Aftershock, yeah. I think Aftershock like didn't like they nerfed it for things like Lux. Like I don't think Lux should be going Aftershock realistically. But like you still take it on Lissandra, like in Fiddle I would say.
Okay. What about, for example, Lux last game? It went, I think it was Comet into Zed. Are the better keystones, in your opinion, for a mid lane Lux into that matchup?
I think Comet's fine. We just get stopwatch.
Okay.
It's like I know like a lot of pros are starting to play Lux. Just in general, I think that was seen in like LCS finals when Bjorkson picked it. Just because she's like one of the safest mid laners at the moment.
Right.
So that's why I think she's getting picked up, and because of the dematerializer chain, she can clear backwards with 1E, which affects her mana into her sustain.
Oh, early flash with Poseidon, very nicely read. Does get the... but Pandora first gank the game, not gonna get the kill, but does get that investment of the flash, so potential repeat gank is on the table.
Bot's like in a pretty bad position. It's a shame she is binding then,
Yeah,
because they
look,
could have secured it more, but I think
Zach?
they could anyway.
Zixi, lots of damage with the Black Shield has been applied, but that's going to be the first kill going over onto Kaiser. Not going to get the damage. The last attack will be enough from ITC Schoolbrut. Guy in the toilet. Cheeky. Double kill. That's massive actually for Kaiser.
It's good for Kaiser. I don't know if Mob needs to die. I'm not sure on that. But overall, it's a good trade. But I personally, with Lux, I prefer going Dark Harvest. Just because she's like one of the only few champs I think that can still take it.
Okay.
So she can execute with one combo. Rather than just chunk them out.
Always just watch the top lane wet noodle fight. Nothing too much coming through from here. Zac fighting Pandora in the jungle, Sejuani. Nothing to auto attack, unfortunately, does get the key connection. Roam from Morgana coming through, just making sure that everybody's okay.
Realistically now, they should just set up, pretty much set up a tent bot side with Zac's like weird angled ganks, and then they can just gank over again. Especially Varus, because Varus hasn't got any sums. And they have a Morgana binding to combo into.
That's a very easy game, like lane to gank, not gonna lie. Especially that Black Shield, like you mentioned. Can't even like fear him away. So sort of just force the gank over and over again. Fiddlesticks is very easy.
In Final Drake's first dragon, and just because top lanes is pretty much tank vs tank, and then mid they have like easy escapes. So I think the game will progress towards whoever bot lane is better will bring forth victory to the team.
Oh. Bit of a trade top side, still the wet noodles though, nothing too much coming from this. Maggie asking how Toliboys winning the game. Toliboys are currently, I mean, I wouldn't say anyone's winning the game per se, but Toliboys definitely in the lead. Like, just short of a case gold, but still can go quite easily anyone's anywhere. Oh, Rift's currently just waiting that second top side brush, looking for potential gank. Investing into the top side, I feel like Garen not gonna make that big of a difference even if you do get him ahead. It is a Garen. Definitely would have been better off investing somewhere else on the map. We'll see what happens. W rig will be used into the ultimate. Looks like the Pandora here for the counter gank. Garen overextended. J-Lock does end up picking the kill. Nicely played. Trade the bot side though. Schoolbrut very, very low. The ignite can be applied. Plus the flash in from Guy on the toilet just to guarantee the kill. Don't feel like that was necessary.
I think unless it was like an intended counter gank, I think bot probably would have been better just to focus around the fact that Varus hasn't got any sums and it's Maokai, he has flash up, he's still pretty safe. Because that way they can secure or threaten for an Inferno Drake, which punishes that more for going topside. But it was a good roam from the Echo. Saying Ori can get any plating.
Yeah, very surprised that Echo didn't. I'm sorry, Ori didn't really get anything out of that. Opted not to follow as well, to shove out the wave. Charm connection. Bazinga doing a lot of work against his Dwan. Bazinga being the Echo, yeah, he seems to have some good pressure. He did miss a little bit of CS because of that roam, but the kill sort of makes up for that. What's the value of a kill? Is it like 13 CS or something?
Yeah, 12.
So sort of even in the mid side.
The only problem is if they can start, if Bleed side can start pushing waves and getting plating, then the kills sort of get counteracted.
Yeah, that's
because
true.
of the free gold, and that's like difficult because they have triple melee on red side to like secure it.
Ooh, W flash coming through for the Sejuani, ultimate getting a little locked up beside and not in a good spot, does go down. Very nice yank in this upside from Bleed. So what do you
now they get a free Infernal.
Yeah, that's not worth the investment, definitely. Teleport has been brought to Mecha, looking for the room. Does have the ultimate, does bring in the Roost, the lockdown there. IDC Schoolbrut popping the heal, a little bit of health left. Will he be able to walk it off? Guy in the again, the last auto attack does follow. Drake still being taken. Zac able to secure, but the 1v2 situation. Bazinga does get a kill. This should be the support dead. Fiddlesticks. So definitely not worth the investment on the top side. Red team coming out with the Infernal. What are your thoughts on the change to Scuttle? I mean, with the most recent patch now moved to 3:15 or somewhere around there, opposed to 2 minutes. How do you find that's affecting the meta at the moment?
I like it. It means I don't have to shove the wave at level 2 and be prepared to roam.
Yeah, before, like, mid laners, basically you had to play something that could get that level 1 shove, just because the fact if you didn't, your jungle just gets absolutely destroyed and the game's pretty much done.
I think it's opened up. Like, it's a bit like, I feel like it changed meta in the sense that it's not as cheesy anymore. Like, you're not going to get, it's less likely to get level 2 ganked by a red buff jungler and die.
Yeah.
So I think the average game time will probably like slow down by a second or two, just because people aren't going to start fighting and skirmishing until a bit later. But overall, it hasn't completely changed it, just because of turret plating.
Oh, Zinger Killer playing back with the ultimate then. Chrono Shift gonna be used to pop the last take of the Ignite. Nice. So which mid laners are starting to come back now, seeing as that you don't have to have as much pressure in the early? Like anything in particular?
I think Syndra's the strongest.
Okay.
In my opinion. Just because not much gonna, like, with the early ganks on, like early, she can just pressure mid very hard, and she can't really get traded against because of her Qs so spammable. So I think until that change, like, if she gets nerfed or like other mid laners get buffed, she's just gonna sort of be there as a stat checker.
Okay, makes sense.
Mid lane.
So
But otherwise, it's still just champions that can get mid priority pretty much.
Apparently, Democratic saying that Shammy's a dirty insta. any comment on that?
He just plays jungle and feeds in my side of key games.
Oh, very close call on the bot side. Does return. ITC School able to pick up the kill. Very nicely played, just narrowly surviving. So he's just a dirty jungler. Fine,
Yeah.
makes sense.
Doesn't ever give me blue buff. If I ask for it, I get flamed.
Democratic is mentioning that jungle's actually the hardest role. Any thoughts or any comments on that? Like, in your opinion, which is the hardest role in League?
I don't know, I think mid's hard to roll. I think jungle's hard and competitive. Like the highest end of competitive, because you have to plan so much. But otherwise I feel like mid has to manage the most, because it impacts the game the most.
The Zinger, beautifully played, does get the W into the E-Flash combination, able to just delete the pops on the turrets. What's up, Dad? Welcome back. Mid is like, says Democrat. So you're saying that mid lane and then would you say jungle's the second hardest, or?
It
I mean
depends,
competitive?
Yeah, because like people wards.
Yeah.
Quite simple. I can push waves and ward. That is mid. And I can roam, get some kills. I think support's pretty difficult as well. Like, not in the sense of difficulty, like mechanical wise.
Yeah.
But just in the sense of the more game knowledge you have, the better support you are, the more impact you can have. Like, support roaming mid's so annoying.
Yeah, no, 100%, dude. Like, especially for example, something cheesy like, even going like, let me just think of something like Janet top lane randomly when you get an opportunity, you just get that kill on the top side. Suddenly he's like snowballing. But anything under like mid plus, like low diamond, I'd say it's super risky to roam. Because ADC is like, my support's leaving. Let me run it down. Let me just see how many deaths I can get before he gets back to the lane, and they just like flame.
Oh, I just pick Annie and get Moby boots in a little bit, and then roam for the rest of the game.
Yeah, the team support, not your support.
It's just, I don't know. There's like 2v2ing's kind of pointless. Like when you can just roam in solo queue and kill the mid lane.
True. Demon Crag's like, look guys, I can push waves and ward, just mid lane things. Oh, bit of a find on the mid side. The Pops able to just disengage thanks to that triple dash, or double dash in this case, hashtag retired. But Juggle's like, I have to watch 3 lanes in the team at the same time. My eyes. Demon Crag not too happy. So it's just saying that he likes the chamois cast, just needs to work on potentially the voice levels. Okay, yeah,
I can talk
insightful.
louder.
Very
I think here you see the weakness though of like the permafrost build,
Yeah.
because like ideally you want both items, but a lot of the time recently I find myself just building the GLP and then not even getting Twin Shadows, because if you get Twin Shadows you lack a lot of damage to burst someone, and you can't do picks by yourself really, which makes you more team reliant. And then building defensive items is pretty tricky as well. Because building Banshees means your damage is going down quite a bit. Whereas I think if you can build Zonyas, building Zonyas is really strong with the build, just because of the item CDR that you have in runes, which means Zonyas is up quite a lot.
Okay, makes sense. I mean, would you ever build, for example, Hextech GLP on a champ that's not running Glacial? Or do you feel like those two are sort of like linked? It's just very
like
good
a lot of
stats-wise?
people build it. Well, it's like it's very cost efficient. So if you start snowballing, you buy it, then you pretty much can get like an early death cap very fast and one-shot people.
Okay.
So on things like Leah, because of it, you use it so you can just land W and then you one-shot them.
Yeah.
Because her damage is so high, so it gets put on Talia. There's like a tank LeBlanc build, or a tanky-ish LeBlanc build that goes it as well, where you just focus on slowing people and CCing them.
That makes sense. Guys, otherwise we did just miss a watch. The Rift has been secured now by Red side. They've got the double Infernal, which is massive lead for them. I think something like 66% chance to win the game after 2 Infernals. The dash from the Pops able to disengage once again, so close. But like you were saying, I mean, like the Hextech GLP allows you to set up skill shots potentially. I mean, when I was playing Zillion a lot, there was a build that I used to play around with that I saw from like the Korean players, one tricks from Zillion. He would go like first item Hextech GLP, just so you can set up the bomb combo, QWQ. So definitely good.
I guess it saves you using E. Because E's what, 99% slow anyway.
Yeah, well, that's assuming it's last level. I mean, Laney phase even like you get the really early. Like, Bazinga Killer, touch my ward, a little bit of damage, not enough though, because there's going to be this portal Fiddlesticks. Return coming through, does get the stun, leave for the damage. Oh, speaking of the Hextech GLP stopwatch, it looks like they're going to get the police side kill. Working out.
These are some picks that you don't really want to, over like force, because you can see the gold's not actually like that far apart, even though there's the 4-1 Echo and a 4-0 Kai'Sa. So which means in a 5-5 team fight, there's no definitive winner necessarily. All it is really is that Kai'Sa has a level advantage, but if they kill Kai'Sa and Varus is still alive, then it's still fairly even, I think, in the team fight. Especially because I have a pick comp as well. But otherwise I think Kai'Sa can just run through the team in a back to front fight.
Okay. So at this point, looking at the current standings, which way do you feel like this game's gonna go?
In the 5-5 fight now, I think the Kai'Sa's team will probably win, red side.
So red side win. I mean, the double Infernal definitely gonna be doing a lot of work. Bit of a trade.
That's true as well, that adds to the gold, so it's probably about a 5k gold lead. Maybe a bit more, because it's double Infernal.
So just mentioning, guys, so you did 20 shadows and she released, but you dropped the build even though you were popping off hard on the build. I wouldn't say I dropped the build, it's more that I started experimenting with other stuff. So what happens generally with myself and Solar Key, oh, hold that thought, but if a gang attempt on the top side, I do have red side rotating onto him though. Morgana and Zac inbound. Poseidon gonna be able to get locked down. The instant cleanse apparently. I'm not sure where that went. Poseidon actually gonna be used. Zixi a little bit too close. The DPS gonna be enough. The Ryu coming through, so that's gonna be the first one dead. Support. Rifts. Zac for the disengage. Does get locked down. The Sejuani ultimate gonna chain the CCJ lock, just finishing off from a distance. Nicely played by Bleeside. Looking for the siege. It's like I was gonna. Oh, Fear coming through. The root as well. Taunt. 4-man connection, but they're gonna be losing so many turret, or so much turret health in both mid and bot lane for this rotation. Don't know if it's gonna be efficient.
I think it's still worth the red side. Especially
Yeah.
breaking the mid tower.
I mean, Drake's gonna be spawning soon as well, so they could potentially reset into that. Although Baron on the map as well, just a moment. Sinister, with regards to that build, dude, so what I normally do when I do try hard solo queue is I'll one-shot a champion, I'll play around with a build that I like, and then if I don't make enough progress, if I don't climb, etc., I find like I still aren't, I start testing other builds, so I go do research, check Korean, solo queue, one-trick ponies, top of the ladder, try out their builds, try to understand what they're doing, and then just play around with it. So the Twin Shadows Shirelius build was something I was doing with Emax, Zillion, Guardian, and it was pretty good, but I felt like at the elo I was playing at, it wasn't viable enough because there's no point of playing super defensive. Your 80 carry is just gonna run it down anyway. Like, it's cool keeping him alive twice, but if he just runs it down again, it's like, yeah. Really go for more of a damagey build until you get high ranks.
I think the main reason that the play wasn't worth it for blue side is because if Varus was with them and got the gold, then it would make their team fighting more even. Because he'd probably be at nearly 2 items, whereas he died solo in bot lane, and then the gold's just going on to tanks, which Kai'Sa has a pretty easy time killing, which means that Kai'Sa has a 2-item advantage, has 2 complete items compared to Varus's 1, which makes the difference in damage in a team fight.
Yeah, it sounds about right, but looking at the current Baron situation, I like the fact that they have opted to back away. Something I must say is about the Toliboys is that, there's a lot of Prem teams that don't go for the Baron cancels as cleanly as the side does. We've seen it twice in a row where they've started Baron, maybe not the best decision to go for the Baron in the first place, but they communicate very well to stop hitting Baron, is back off or take the fight instead. They all instantly turn, which is something that a lot of teams do struggle with. The pops, Bazinga flashing in for the damage, does get a solo kill, nicely played. Bazinga still having dash and flash available, caught out. But Sinister, thanks for the 100 bits, my dude. I did read the message, much appreciated. And are you saving for that, what's it called now? The Vive or whatever? The machine that you're gonna use for virtual reality? Side and J-Lock, Wet Needle. Dawn just mentioning how Red Side investing a lot more into their vision. I agree with you. Definitely showing already.
If they move their ink quads all over into actually into the top side of the jungle, then they can just get a free Baron off that. Especially because Echo's just putting out a lot of pressure by picking off their carries constantly.
Does get the root support, able to lock him down. Otherwise, we did see that assassination on the top side, like you've mentioned. I mean, Echo is just absolutely disgusting right now. 7 for 1, able to pretty much just one-shot anyone on the team besides maybe the 2 tanks. So this is just mentioning that he's already bought his virtual reality. That's on the way, should arrive Monday or Tuesday. Sinister was the second hand or brand new deal. Oculus Rift, Touchman Wood gonna use the ultimate flash combination. Says you want to get ult the Baron, apparently not connected to anyone in particular. Sedge getting the first kill, plus looks like unfortunately the Fiddlesticks will go down. Going to taunt rotation from J-Lock, gonna punish him. Plus the Maokai Roots, very, very nicely played by Blue Side. We saw Toliboys in a good position. I just boasted about them being able to cancel Barons, and what do? They hard into Baron and hand it over the Blue Side, potentially back into the game. Do you think that's going to be enough for them to pull this back in their favor?
I think it's helped them. They can stall out because they haven't lost inner towers, which is quite big. Because I feel like Toliboys would have needed the Baron to break inner towers, and within that they would need really to break an inhib tower as well, just to get maximum value from it. So I think it just slows down the game and allows Varus to scale up, and it also allows the tanks to scale up. Because even though Kai'Sa is good at killing tanks, with the itemization of magic damage, because her passive does magic damage which shows tanks, it actually means that her damage output isn't as impactful on the tanks. So
Okay.
Varus can kill the other team faster because they're going for more health-based tankiness, which is like easy for Varus to kill with his
I mean,
W.
In theory, sure, but the issue being that it's super easy for the red side to just get onto Varus's face. I mean, they've got the Echo Dive to Zac as well. Multiple members
Oh,
just to
yeah.
instantly delete IDC's school. So assuming perfect scenario where he gets that peel that lets him just free hit from the back line, then he should be able to delete that.
It pretty much means Fiddle needs to not go Storm into the team, but rather use it as a cleanup tool, and let Maokai and Sejuani like go in if they're gonna go in and actually force a fight. And then he can peel because Echo hasn't really got any way of removing CC right now. Only the Zhonya's, which can't remove the fear, but it can dodge the Varus ult. And I think it will pretty much it'll be decided if Varus can stay alive or not. But I agree with the dive on red team. They can all just dive in together and kill Varus, and I think then it depends how much damage the tanks are doing with their items.
Okay. Do you feel like there would be a better AD carry in this case for blue side opposed to the Varus, or is that like the? I mean, is that one of the most viable into this comp?
I think I don't know because Lucian's like pretty weak. It was Vayne up.
Oh, I think so, as far as I know. I mean, Vayne's a very good spot for that.
Yeah, I think Vayne's like the most broken champion in the game at the moment, along with Jackson, Riven, Spirit Surgeon people.
Ooh, corrupting chain's not gonna connect. Schoolbird is taking a little bit of a wide angle. Zac engaged plus the Echo beside on the chase. J-Lock, I see School, not looking too good. He's gonna try to cut it up, but no way he's gonna walk this one off. Does go down, not investing the heal, just the flash. Uno mid, forcing the dash out of the pop, but here comes surprise Fiddlesticks. It's the surprise part, and you're all invited. Zixi flashing away, last bit of damage. Whoop. Looks like it will connect. Very nicely played. Blue side coming out bigger than mid side, but red winning the bot side trade.
And that's where you see like just a common mistake is that people get I wouldn't call it necessarily greed, but if they're making a play on the bot side, then they don't need to be that far up mid, especially when they don't have vision. So it's like sort of one of those things where you just need to respect that your team's doing something else already and just wait for them to be finished so they can then
100%.
come back.
I was literally thinking that when that play was happening mid. Like you mentioned, like if your team makes a play on one side of the map, just respect it. Tell the rest of the team in comms just to play safe, because of the fact that if they don't react to that top lane gank, it means the jungler most likely is on the other side of the map and he's gonna try force something to make up for it, kind of thing.
Yeah, definitely.
But that's
And also you
becomes,
can ask the question of do they need to defend that outer tower at this point in the game? Not really. Because they're not giving up loads. They're giving up 100 gold, which is about 500 gold, which isn't going to make a massive amount of difference.
yeah, well, let's play it safe, carry on farming, don't end up dying, so giving the turret and the kills, something. But Drake, number 4, looking to be picked up by red side. Forest looking for the sniper, unfortunately will be a little bit too healthy. Touched by Ward has the ultimate available if he does go for the steal, but here comes the pops over the wall. Jungle Smite does come through, red side.
That was actually probably their best chance to turn the game around, because Kai'Sa's topside.
Yeah. Did they know that though? I don't know if I didn't see whether. I mean, I
I
assume
think
she
she
just cleared the
showed,
ward.
for sure.
I assume she cleared the ward there to shut the wave out. And damage is coming through, starting to show. What is up with these the 2K19 Eddie carry the split push kind of thing? It's very it seems to be very common in SA.
Depends on the carry. Like carries like Lucian and Kai'Sa are fine. Like
Okay.
go in a side lane, but I wouldn't. At this point stage, I wouldn't go in a side lane because you can just straight up 5v5, and like you're still in a better position to win.
Even in the case where they're going to be doing Drake and they could have potentially got 5v4s, like they did now, or they could have been now.
Yeah, if she's there, then like that option is like nullified. I don't know if the flash is necessary.
Ooh,
Like
hello.
using Summoners now, at this point in the game, you actually need to weigh up what you're using it for. Because the pick's nice, because it still continues to slow down the
If you
game.
can do something with the pick there.
But yeah, you can't do much. The pick's just the pick at this point, and it's not going to transition into anything else. And that means then now there's no Flash Crow Storm, if they do choose to dive in, and then enforce an engage onto Kai'Sa or Echo maybe.
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, it is the Morgana who's not for 6 already, so you're basically getting like no gold out of that in the first place, so is the flash actually worth the time? Zach, looking for the engage. I mean, Fiddle 6 is super easy to like pick off as well, so having that flash for the disengage even is quite valuable. Baron is on the table. We've seen red side play with that Baron a couple of too many times so far, so I'd like them to potentially win the fight before we go for the objective. Maokai Ri can hit multiple members. That's going to be Maokai onto the 80k on the backside. Guy that's receiving that redemption from Morgana. Snake connection. J-Lock got to pick the kill, but Zach picking up the pops as well as Pandora. Looking for the backline, forcing the flash of the J-Lock. Rips, not sure if he has the passive, but he does get the Kai'Sa assistance. Passive not kicked in. Guy totally getting locked out by Sejuani. Very nicely played by Pandora. No black shield inside, it seems. J-Lock knocking back Guy. Flashing away, actually, maybe I'll outplay this one. Does get the first kill, the black shield is there as well. Look at the Kai, just one on the snake connection. Is this going to be the outplay? Guy in the toilet? He gets the second one, does go down to the pops though. So close, but no cigar. Meanwhile, Poseidon, what is Garen been doing this whole time?
Split pushing.
He has TP. But, I mean, yeah, that's something.
I think that, I don't think, in that position, I don't think blue team take that fight. Because, like, just because, purely because Kai'Sa is there, and his tank, like, it's like, their ADC is there, your ADC is not. And especially because most of the gold's onto those two. But it seems at the moment that she can't kill the, the tanks as fast as, she wants to. Therefore they can just disrupt the rest of the team. And Ari can output damage.
Oh, I didn't even realize Ari was so fast. She's 8 for 3. Where did she get those kills from? Just like good fights, I guess.
They just made quite a lot of picks. Like multiple picks onto Morgana, and then the reaction plays to make up for what's happening on the rest of the map.
Oh, over investment, looking to try and clear out that pink ward. This is looking for the pick. Not in a good position. The 3-way sandwich. It does get broken down. I don't think the W tap for the missile was there, but looks like they're trying to catch up the Kai'Sa black shield and getting majority of it for reposition with the ultimate. Ziggs in the awkward position, didn't manage to save the Eddie Carry for now, but inevitable death does come through. Massive fight coming through for the side of the blue team. School in the back line trying to do as much as he can. Bazooka flashing out as well. Touch by Ward. Stopwatch. Does it walk it off? Zach. Lockdown coming through. Playing it slow, don't want to force anything. Currently 5 members left from blue side to the 3 from red.
I think here with Grace's build, you're actually seeing her damage starting to plateau because she's opted to go for such a defensive item as Wit's End, which I don't think's good on ranged champions, and because she's running footwork, she's missing a lot of damage that she would have with the rest of the attack, which is more common at the moment on Kai'Sa. Just because a lot of people started returning to the AP build, because it gives her much more options in this matter of going Zhonya's and Banshee's Veil.
Yeah.
To stop getting like one shot, which I think would have been a better item choice. Even Banshee's Veil here in this, or going IE is probably better, so she has more damage output against tanks. But I think that team fight was pretty split up from red side, so and blue team could just walk through and get to her.
I think I've seen someone in the SC scene who really likes the Banshee's build on Kai'Sa. I think it might be Vansel. It's very fond of the AP kind of build.
I think I AP build when I play Kai'Sa. That's because you're doing sustained damage, but you actually have it's a bit like similar to Ezreal. Like you have, like if you go Gunblade Ezreal, you literally are just playing a burst champion rather than a DPS.
Yeah.
Whereas Kai'Sa has an element of burst to it, which I think plays into more her dive style, which I think is better with this team of Echo and Zac. So that means she can just dive in and one-shot someone with her WQ passive. which I think is pretty substantial. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. I mean, oh, hold on. A bit of a trade coming through America, looking for the root. It is a Zac though, I don't want to overcommit to that one. The snare has come too late, Black Shield. It feels like this game's sort of becoming a lot like just an ARAM, which tends to happen with ranks or like with the under-prem teams, especially, or even low-prem. Sort of just start to group middle, and there's no real structure to the teams. Just going for the whole siege to see who dies first. Coming through the Virus Black, all of the chains gonna connect over the wall. Surprise party. Touched by Ward, looking to do as much damage as he can, but looks like the first death gonna be the Kaiser, the 80s carry from blue side. Oh, sorry, from red side, not gonna be too good. A little stun. Blue side gonna be on a big double kill already. Over to Ori.
They probably could end if they want to. They just get Maokai to tank the tower. They have a minion wave coming.
Base about to be broken. Zac for the multiple land knockup. Does not have the passive available, so he needs to be careful. Often just back away.
I think they should get this tower and get Baron.
Would you go straight on the Baron now or reset? Because I mean, it is a bit risky.
Barris, you still have percentage self damage, and you have Sejuani's passive that does max self damage and
Level
Maokai damage.
2. Yeah, you got 2 level advantages in the smite as well for the Sejuani, so it is definitely a possibility. But not on the tables apparently for blue side. Opting to just go for the split and take the CS and just reset.
We're also coming in to see the lack of CC from red team compared to blue team is playing a factor into these fights.
Lots of damage, Pandora the snake does connect. And the catch, this is not a good position. You cannot afford to get picked up, especially as the jungler in this point of the game. I mean, one Baron for red side may just be the comeback.
And Barris' bot side, which is a free Baron.
Yikes. Missed positions. This is sort of just like the Elo kind of thing. I mean, resetting and not overextending for objectives and rotating back onto main focus like the Baron is super important. We saw a split coming through from blue side. That was not necessary whatsoever, and it's showing. Massive throw. Oh.
Yeah, it's like the earlier question of, do we need to defend that bot tower? It is actually now flipped to, do we really need to kill that bot tower?
Yeah.
Especially when Baron's up. So I think that's just like it's easily fixable. But back timings are much more important than people realise.
They did get that mid inhibitor, so that's definitely going to factor into it. But as to whether they can use this Baron to their advantage, they got 5 dragons. I mean, I'm pretty surprised at this point for the red side to be this far behind. I mean, they were looking so good for the majority of this game. They're down gold now. If they can get the Elder, I feel like it's definitely gonna be smooth sailings. Because the 5 Drakes enhanced by Elder is actually disgusting, especially with the double Infernal. But they get the Baron, so we'll see what they can do with that.
Another reason why Varus a lot as an ADC is because he can itemize into. I was watching the LPL finals and the semi-finals, and Imp would just literally third item GA and then get more, which meant that he couldn't get bursted by a mage and he couldn't get bursted by an ADC,
okay,
and therefore could just output damage. He's still outsplit damage because he's got Rage Blade and Blade.
Okay, that's interesting. I mean, like that's super safe, which is a very good thing, especially when it's a high stakes game. Can't afford to get like one shot potentially.
I think it would have been a good build into their team as well, just because of their dive potential and the fact that they have an assassin. But the whole getting the Baron, I think, swung the momentum of the game back in red side's favour, and it's going to allow them to have priority in all 3 lanes, which means that Kaiser can probably just solo Elder Dragon, and which is really big for them and pretty much wins them the game.
Well, his next objective of the map will be that Elder Drake. Should be spawning in the next minute or 2, not entirely too sure when though. Pressure at the top side being asserted. So the game's basically just been completely flipped on its head due to the fact that there was a bit of a miscommunication with the rotations from blue side. Wet needle on the top side. Garen's applying pressure. Both top laners having TP, looking to try and contest this Elder Drake. has actually just gone down over to the Kaiser side, so not even like 10 seconds from when I said. The Pop's ulti against the wall. That Alden has so much work, or so much potential, but unfortunately Garen getting caught out for it.
Because it's double Infernal Elder, they can still probably 4v5. They execute the fight, kite it out correctly, I think. Because like Echo's one-shot potential, because Echo falls off late game, his one-shot potential goes down quite a lot. To where that he's really strong mid-game and then falls quite a bit in late game. So one-shotting is more of a team effort rather than just an Echo effort, and you're actually more looking to set up a fight with your W stun and get a 2 to 3 man stun, rather than looking to assassinate someone.
Okay.
But with Elder, it means that he can start as looking to assassinate again, which then is just going to delete someone from the fight and then even it up to 4v4.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely can see that that working. I mean, the Elder Drake, especially in this case, the Double Infernal, are going to make him disgustingly like strong. Nothing worse than getting one shot by an Echo.
It looks like Red decided a safer route and wait for Garen to come back up and look to have a 5v5 fight, I guess. Or go back to 1-3-1ing.
So Elder gonna be expiring soon in the next year or so, I think. So they haven't really got too much out of having this Elder so far. They've got like a bit of like damage on the mid lane. I mean, other than that, nothing in particular. Still inhibitor exposed for red side. So now that the Baron and Elder have both almost expired, it's sort of gonna go back to Humus plays. Maybe you're gonna see some more ARAM coming through from the two sides, but I mean, in my opinion, I say it's anyone's game, despite the 5 Drake advantage. Do you have a prediction which way it's going to go at this point?
I think it depends. If Blue's team allow them to wait out for another Elder, or Red side get Baron, I think Red side can end the game. But otherwise, if they stall, the longer they stall, I think Varus becomes online, can become stronger, and Ari offers more easily just her utility with Permafrost is a lot more easier to execute than that wait predicting where people are gonna go.
Okay.
Unless it's in like a jungle fight, for a Echo Delantis W.
So we got the vision coming through, looking to try and contest this, or like to potentially bait in and get some sort of pick if they do come for the contest on the Baron, or if they do miss position, for example, putting that AD carry bottom again on the outside of the map, just taking Baron for free. I don't want to see that flip that we saw. That we basically, we've had hot and cold Baron attempts so far in this game. But if he gets this Baron, definitely going to be able to take a massive lead, if not the win off of it. So make or break objective is the second or third Baron actually, so. Like with the pick, the pops, and not going to connect as he does chrono shift out of that. So that means there's no ultimate available for Bazinga Killer. Kaiser driving the mid wave in just to crash at the turret, or blue side sort of hovers around Baron. They want to be in a position to defend as well as potentially contest the Baron objective. Forest now mid lane means the red side could force a fight. The 60 walking in.
Oh, she does have Zonya's.
Oh, exactly. Looking for the big engage. Kaiser bringing himself in as well. Stopwatch the last taken by touch by, but does manage to flash away. Teleport, here comes the Mirka in the tree trying to re-enter the position of the team fight. Double kill for Echo. Zixi misses the snare, the W damage, the comment not going to be enough for the area, rather Zixi does go down, pays the price for missing the skill shots. You know, Poseidon just chunking away, giant sword against that inhibitor.
I think that comes down to lane management, and red team getting mid-priority mid, which caused Varus to have to move across to defend, and then opened up an opportunity for red team to get a fight with their ADC.
Varus reading the CS, ends up paying the price for it. Rift, Poseidon almost getting the inhibitor, one attack too short, but Tree not going to be going down unfortunately. But like you said, that mid priority, the pressure being created by Kaiser shoving in the wave allowed for Varus to rotate through. Would I mean, in my opinion, I feel like Ari should have been the one to answer that wave, not the Varus.
I think the lane management should stay as 1-3-1 because the likeliness of you catching out an Echo. As soon as Echo ulted away after going aggressive on Ari, such as that, I think they just return to 1-3-1 and match it.
Are you even
and then
wearing
they
pants?
up within their jungle to go after Baron if the red team look like they're going to start Baron.
Just told him that thought. What's up, guys? Scarlet live dropping a raid or host of 21. Much appreciated for it, guys. If you are new, welcome. Ghost shot for the follow, my dude. Welcome to the channel. If you guys are new, this is basically South African Esports vs Gaming League of Legends Cup match. Currently 1-0 in favor of TOL. ITC not looking too hot. They're trying to bring it back though. A little bit of delay tonight, but Scarlet, how's the stream? Myself and Shammy, the mid laner for the League of Legends team on the cast tonight. Is that Hachi? At least I know you do. She says Hachi. What? She doesn't know me. Oh yikes, dude. Don't worry, she's irrelevant, Kappa. But what's up, Hachi? What's up? How do you pronounce your name, my dude? Jew. Yikes, Jiraeus 3N. I don't know, dude. I cannot pronounce your name. Apologies. Dripsy. Hachi said hello, right back at ya. PB lasers, if money doesn't grow on trees, then why do banks have branches? Exactly. Dropsy, welcome to the channel. Scarlet doesn't know my name. Dude, Scarlet doesn't know anybody. You should come over to ask a vert over to the sheep city. Where the grass is green and the girls are pretty. It's basically quite an intense game at the moment. Fairly close. Alder now on the siege. It's going to be the second Alder, so this is going to be a massive one, especially with that 5 Drake advantage. Blue side sort of hovering. Rifts. We do see the level 18 versus level 18 smite.
If Varus backs, then they can get Elder for free.
Oh, looking for the execution. The stopwatch has been used. The double stopwatch. Zack in the back lane, leaving the Rift held alone. Touched by Ward, does get the fear up, but does end up dying instead. Roots not going to connect to anybody, but Depops looking for the kill on the Bazinga, doesn't get the Chrono Shift out of there. Currently half health, needs to be careful. Looks like Depops might just pay the price, does get the 1-for-1 trade. Zack will re-engage the Medora, does end up going down. It's multiple members on either side dead. Flash to the disengage, J-Lock in school, the only 2 members alive. Once again, Varus on the wrong side of the map, just not, they has to defend. Nexus, gonna be exposed in just a moment as the only inhibitor left on the top side, and the wave sign to crash in. Elder not finished. Some tilt, saying how's the Shan. School, jumps in the results. Guardian Angel gonna be kicked in, but that's gonna be the Nexus turret now. The siege so low, 1 turret remaining. Tree Man gonna be in a awkward position. Rest in peace, J-Lock. Actually getting some tanky help back with the Nexus not exposed. That's gonna be going down so low. That's the second game, and the series going over to Tolly or TOLIB, Toliboys. GG, well played. Shammy, I mean, did you expect the result all the way it went?
I mean, after the start of the game and Red Side got the lead they had, I guess this result is more expected. But I feel like they it's like finishing the game and understanding their power spikes would like pretty much end the game earlier, and then like you wouldn't have this like comeback potential from the other team. Through like their fighting and whatnot. But overall, I think Red Side played well to get the win.
So you say they deserve the win?
I think that game was pretty mix and match.
Yeah, very hit or miss.
It was very back and forth. With gold. But like you can see on the damage graphs, just how much more damage Icer and Echo can output, just because they're reaching the item spikes faster, and because of execution, I would say plays a big factor.
Okay, so regarding the MVP for the Toliboys, what are your thoughts, Steve? Is who we're gonna give it to?
Goodbye. Probably the mid laner.
Okay, so
because of the pressure and picks that he got. For like the first Baron, I think it was. Just allowed them to get it. It's a shame they couldn't use it to get more advantage at that point in the game.
okay, so we got Caster's MVP going over to the mid lane. Congrats to Depumps. I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, no, sorry. Bazinga Killer, my bad. Bazinga Killer from Toliboys did red, mixed up the teams. But guys, let's chat. 1 in chat if you think it's going to be the top laner or the chat's MVP. 2 for the jungler, 3 for the mid lane, 4 for the AD carry, and 5 for the support. Current MVP for chat going to be going to the mid laner. What's up, Yola Pete? Where's the Q&A? It's coming through now. Relax, dude. Relax. Why does the brown pizza come in a square box? This PB Laser is a very good question, dude. Hashtag shower thoughts. But, I mean, Shabby, any other feedback potentially for either of these two teams so we maybe take it into the next leg with them? Maybe something to focus on?
Like lane assignments.
Okay.
I feel like and it's more like when you play League, you have to like the only 2 questions you need to ask is how and why. Because I think even though it looks like Garen's not doing anything, but compared to Maokai's helping his team a lot. Team fighting, which means they're coming out on top in the team fights, but because they're not necessarily able to transition that into objectives, and Varus wasn't always with them when they're getting these wins, so the gold's not actually funneling it into him, it's funneling it into the tank still more. It means that the pressure or just the push and priority advantage that Garen creates is more effective, which means he's able to use TP more valuably than Maokai is, whereas Maokai's grouping up team when sometimes he has TP up when he could be in a side lane just relieving the pressure.
Okay, valuable information. Guys, if you did play in this current game, I definitely recommend going through the series again, as Shami did offer us a lot of very, very useful information. Potentially stuff to think about and consider testing out, etc. in the future. Dropsy asking where's Hachi? He's in chat somewhere, I believe. But, I mean, Shami, anything else you'd like to add? Or is that about it?
I think that's it.
Awesome, dude. Much appreciated for jumping in for the cast, even though Sinister... So we're seeing as Sinister had it to bounce, so it's been really awesome. A lot of insights, learned quite a few things. I'm sure chat enjoyed it too.
Thank you for having me.
Always a pleasure, and welcome back another time. But much appreciated.